It's just like it'd be really complicated. Like he just showed up, and I'd be like, "What do I do with you? What do I do?"
He said okay that he would text you or something
because it's like super story driven at this point, and I don't know what level it'd be.
We're in the middle of a giant Grand Coliseum fight, and then where the fuck did he come from? How did he get here?
That's a very good question. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. I don't know if we have sound
Oh,
because it's not. It doesn't show.
it should show.
It should show.
Underneath the.
It shows here, but it does not show here.
But I'm
No,
what I'm
it
saying
should.
is underneath the volume side, there should be a green bar that shows.
Nope.
Oh, unplug it, plug it back in.
Sound's not in then. On. That's what I'm. What? What, Steve? What?
Now it's working. Well, I saw some stuff come on from under it. Hello? Hello?
This is the United States calling. Are we reaching?
I did see some stuff coming from under it.
Did you try unplugging it and plugging it back in again?
That's what he just did. Well, I had to do it several times before it worked.
I'd be okay with a Pizza Hut again or something.
I would be okay with Pizza Hut.
You go to. Did you add it?
What was the Pizza
I'm
Hut we got
doing
from
that
last
now.
time?
Well, yeah, whenever we got pizza, we got Pizza Hut from you.
Hello? Testing.
Huh?
Testing.
Testing.
One, two, testing.
Testing.
You're getting something?
I got a little something.
Should be good. More something.
It's like a little red bit.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's all the way. It's turned up.
Keep talking on the mic.
No.
It shouldn't be that low. Like
No, it's fixing to be. That's weird.
it was catching up real easily on OBS.
That's weird.
What happened to your baby anyway? Why did it keep crashing?
I don't know. It wouldn't load any of the cameras.
It's really bizarre because we have troubles with XSplit loading into the cameras. Let me look at it.
Hello. Look. Hello.
Hello. I think Hey.
I turned up the setting on the actual keyboard.
Yeah, that seems like really.
Hello? Yeah.
Okay.
We got it. We're ready. We're live.
Should we maybe have someone check the? Yeah. Give me both screens. I deserve them. They're mine. Yeah.
I can photo it off your camera.
Oh yeah, I think I did a joke like that one.
I gotta set some stuff.
Yay!
Well, now that we have sound, you can start.
Yeah.
All right, so. All right. Let's see here. Where's the so far away. All right. I said the shore is really far.
I mean, how dangerous is the countryside?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You're traveling in a column of. What the heck is that?
Is this some kind of super special D3?
What is
It's a D3, a D4, or a D5. Or wait, D.
A D2,
2, 3, 4.
Let me see.
A D1 through 4.
How exactly do you
2 through 4. A D1 is just one.
I don't care about that one.
In fact, a one-sided dice can't exist.
Exactly.
Because there's nothing but just one side. It's a two-dimensional object in a 3D space.
Can't exist. I'm very confused. What exactly is this thing?
Okay. The triangle. See the little triangle with a number in it?
Yes.
That's D4.
That's what you would roll when it turns
The
up.
circle is the D2.
And that's what it was roll.
The regular number is D3. So roll it.
Either one of these three.
Now, there's three different
So
numbers
if
on the
I
top.
need a D2, I look at the circle.
Correct.
If I need a D3, I look at the triangle.
No, D4 is the triangle. D3 is just the regular number.
So it's a D3.
D3 in the middle.
It's a D3 with modification.
That is so freaking weird. Okay, stop. All right.
It's what they do, man. They come up with dice to just try you insane.
And it works! That's the problem. Okay. So, when last we left off, you guys had just started getting your way on out of Stag's Bluff, with a nice procession out of the city, with everyone excited, and Alan continuously making guesses as to...
I can make another terrible guess.
No, stop it. What's the terrible guess?
It's not really his son. He's really her long-lost brother from her parents.
Or her lover. Anyways.
There was where my money went. About chicken wow.
There's been a lot of guesses at the plot that I'm totally written out, and I'm not just making up as I go. And we're going to ignore all of them. Because I said so. Alright, let's see here. You got... And here's the thing you have to understand. You are traveling... Where's the calendar? There we go. Here's my nice special made-up calendar that's perfectly neat in every way. With no, weird offset of any kind. Every month ends on the last day of a week. It's perfect. Anyways, here's the thing you guys have to understand is you're traveling now in a column of 300 plus soldiers who are all armed, at least with spears. Most of them with shields and spears. These things look really messed up.
And then some fuck-off wolves go, you know what? I think I can take them.
It's not really gonna happen. You're not gonna get ambushed by anything. So really, this is just me about to do some math on how long this is gonna fucking take you to reach the shore.
Not even a dragon dive bombing?
No, that was just like a group of 3 or 4.
Dragons don't exist.
Dragons are dead. The only dragons you're aware of are the dragons that died a long time ago, in ancient times.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna get
And
ambushed by a
dragons.
group of 4 wolves, and they're gonna I can do this.
And wyverns. Are there wyverns in this book?
Yes. Well, not in Bolos and Monster Manual.
That's what? Yeah, I know. I wasn't reaching for Volos just because it's on top.
Welcome to Roll to Hit Gaming, folks. Oh wait, is the mic on?
The mic's on.
Welcome to Roll to Hit Gaming, folks. This week we're playing in... how do you want to refer to it, Alex?
Why do I have to roll? I just want to punch somebody.
Okay. What was I looking for again?
Why?
Because you have to beat their AC to punch them.
Snakehead.
What do you think mine is?
I want to beat their ASX. Does that count?
First you have to beat their AC, then you can do that.
Oh,
Where the hell would it be?
Wyverns?
And the W's.
Why don't you use the index?
That's a very good question.
what the hell?
It's at the beginning, or it's right there too.
Flip until you hit W.
It does. It's not in alphabetical order. Well, it's sort of in alphabetical order, but it's not exact.
It's in alphabetical order by monster type.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. No, that's not it. Wait, hold on.
Like elementals, it
I
just
found
goes
it.
on a ramp on the different types
Okay,
of elementals,
yeah,
and then you hit
alright.
on different kinds of zombies,
Ooh,
dragons,
great.
other
And the
things.
methods are broken up into 3 different areas.
It's gonna be a fun night. I have ideas. Okay.
That is broken up into
Okay.
different areas.
Alright.
The regular methods are on set pages, but then there's a couple hiding in odd places.
Alright, okay.
I know the steam, lava, and other ones are kind of close to each other.
Yeah.
They're on the same page.
Those are, but like Magman,
Yeah.
he still might as well be a method,
Might as well be.
except he's not with them.
And there's the other small earth elemental, the kind of
Okay.
reskinned magman that just explodes with the earth.
So,
What's the name for it?
1 week passes.
Not in there, I think it's in Bolos, or nobody's in them.
1 week passes.
1 week of travel passes by pretty uneventfully. Because again, you guys are traveling in a column full of soldiers. You're not really going to get ambushed by the Aaron wolf or whatever.
And then a couple bears.
Nothing's really
Yeah,
going to
I can
try,
take this.
you know,
Owl bears.
realistically.
14 owl bears. Okay.
That would be fun.
I can take them.
Okay.
These 300
You
plus
probably
people,
could
like,
too.
Oh, bears go. You
I
have
said you really could too.
Nah, they might DPS me. I don't think I'd kill 14 of them by myself.
Oh, 14? No, never mind. Not 14. I don't know if you could take 14.
You could take 4.
20s happen.
It becomes exponential when you start fighting a bunch of things that are sort of confident.
If you get enough
Like-
kobolds
like-
together,
like-
you can get straight about handed.
To this group, like five ogres is not that big of a deal, but like 10 ogres would be a little bit of a problem.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to write that down. 10 ogres.
We are going to
Lumber
war.
out of the woods.
Yep.
We
just
are
come
going to-
lumbering out of the woods.
We are going to war.
You are going to war. Which I still need to actually
Then
look at the
ogre
whole
digs its way
combat
out of the
thing.
ground.
I'm hoping that next book just comes out and has mass combat in it.
It might.
And it has like official mass combat
It
rules.
might.
So,
It has a bunch of new subclasses that I really like.
It might. It very well might have mass combat. Wizards, we want mass combat. Add it to your book that you're already printing.
yeah, like mass combat rules that don't suck, please. Right, okay. So you reach a city. Let me actually write this down. Okay. So, a whole week of travel has passed pretty uneventfully. Not really a whole lot's going on because, again, you are traveling in a column of soldiers. The random errant wolf is not going to hedge their bets on that. It's, you know. What's mainly been going on is, you know, you all meet at night when you strike camp, or set up camp and strike camp in the morning. And Galen, I will go ahead and tell you that Shepard has by and large been avoiding you. And at some point, you know, I should probably have this open too. Look at all the literature I have to have open. This sucks. Why do I do this to myself?
I don't do that.
Do
He
I?
has it all in that thing.
No. I just have a general idea of what I think you guys are going to do.
Something
I'm actually
stupid.
really lucky with you guys because I'm pretty good at reading what all you're going to do.
Based
Something
on our
stupid.
characters or based on us?
Both.
Gotcha. Cool. That answers my question perfectly.
Based on you mostly.
Based on me. Why is
Or
it-
you guys. Well, I didn't know you were going to attack those satyrs in the city, so I planned for it.
Yeah, that was not my best moment there. Not the
We
best.
all saw it coming, actually.
Okay, so anyways. So the next morning, it's the start of a new week. It's the start of a new month. It is the second month of summer. It is still, you know, the sweltering heat is starting to pick up. As the sun rises. Where did Steve go, by the way?
Bathroom.
Oh, okay. As the sun begins to rise, you can feel the sweat kind of starting to trickle down your neck. Those of you who do sweat. As you approach the city walls of Latterdale.
Who doesn't sweat?
Dragons.
You sweat.
I don't know.
Dragons sweat.
They don't. Their actual body temperature is circulated by their elemental stuff that comes out their heart.
Elemental magic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you.
So their body temperature is actually always the same.
You're not a dragon. You're a dragonborn.
No, dragon.
But then again,
I have no idea how they're fucking created in this universe. But in the Forgotten Realms. Oh, wait, I don't want
It's
to.
like lizards. The dragon, they sweat through their chest cap.
All right. I thought it was through the
They're also
mountains.
Let me just post. Okay, so you approach the city walls of Lasserdale, and that's right. So the person in charge of this particular section of land is the lady of the house, Alander. And as you come into the city, you are basically greeted and that's fine. Greeted and basically welcomed into the actual castle proper and treated to lunch if you'll stay. The captain's not wanting to be rude, acquiesce. So you are brought in to you're kind of paraded through the city more or less as more people gather to watch the host of soldiers marching through. And you're brought to the castle proper and brought into a mess hall and all shown seats and treated to lunch.
Fancy horses.
Fancy horses.
Oh, yeah. Officers.
We're not.
Horses.
I highly doubt. I highly doubt we do that.
Like
No,
A military.
trained military horses in parade form, and march. They fuck the act. Fuck your act. They just can't for parade.
so
It's different than when they're marching.
bread is brought out. There's mutton roast and a very heady vegetable broth as well. When you eat into it, you can just taste the sodium in your blood just spiking. And it's been about 10 minutes when the lady of the house herself, she comes down. She is wearing her sigil, which is a sort of teal with a white sort of spiral shell. And she comes down to your table that you got, and she.
What's that?
Greetings, sir. Would you mind if I spoke with you soldiers for a moment? As her guards are around and she kind of seats herself at one of the corners. And she says, I understand that your lot are the ones that had the most dealings with Lord Dalasay to the west.
That is the truth, my lady.
Let me back it up. It strikes you weird because she doesn't pronounce his name the way you're used to. She pronounces it Lord Dalasay. It strikes you as odd because it's just not how you're used to hearing it sound.
Yes, we are, my lady.
I understand that you're probably going back to Seville, where boats would likely be waiting to take you to war.
Do we have that ballista with us?
Yeah, it's being taken. Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the wagon trail.
Important.
It's in the wagon train.
It is important.
That 10 gold.
What now? That 10 gold, maybe.
No.
She's fairly young for a lord of the house. But what strikes you is her skin is somewhat tan for the region. And if someone wants to give me a history check or a nature check, because I guess regional would make sense.
This is the house of what?
It is the household is House Alander.
Nature, history.
A lander. Nature. I'm counting nature for it because it's like a regional thing.
They're both the same, so maybe 23.
Okay. When you look her over, you realize that she is when you look her over, you realize that she must be descended of Malavale, which is the kingdom to the southwest, which is on a separate island, where it's the only kingdom where people tend to get much more of a tan than here, because that particular island. You remember reading about it is mostly plains and tall grass. There's not as many trees to block you from the sun. So over time, people there tanner.
Who'd she ask about?
She's asking about your dealings with Lord Dalusay, and she pronounced it a weird way, Delusay.
Oh, the Lord of Surveillance.
Yeah, the Lord of Surveillance, who you guys met and talked to for the beginning of this campaign.
Yes, actually, we are
Ages ago.
We are on our way to complete a mission that we got from him a long time ago. At the same time, before we set out for war.
A long time ago, in game it was only like a month.
Seems like forever. For Galen, it seems like forever.
Yeah, a lot's happened. A lot has happened. Well, it's actually more than a month. But anyways. Yes, I see. I was wondering if I could ask you to consider something for me.
Well, that depends on what you're asking, man.
Yes, I know this isn't a favor. So I'm willing to compensate you for this. But you must understand, I am of a certain age, and it is a high time I marry.
You are seeking the hand of the Lord?
Goodness no. He is a widower, and he already has his own heir, and I need my own heir. He has a nephew that lives north of him that would make a very fine suitor. Only when I've spoken to him in the past, he has been reluctant about the joining of our houses. Even though it would be by one mere tie that would easily be severed.
May I ask his reluctance?
He
Does he not like women?
Lord Delassie?
His nephew.
From what I've heard and been told. I believe this Lord Delassie to not be the most fond of my house, or perhaps he has a certain amount of pride and wishes to have self-reliance upon his own house rather than a joint houses.
So how are we to sway him?
You could try talking to him.
Have you made an official request?
I have, but mainly I suppose the best thing to do would be to persuade him that this is no attempt at a power move. I am not trying to make sure that my heirs or his would be able to collect upon his lands in due time.
And not to be to be a realist.
Mhm.
The first question that he would ask would be as to a dowry.
Of course. And I'm ready to put one forth. Mine is the richer house of the two, so I would put one forth.
You could have that on paper so that it would make the discussion simpler.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion is 4, so 17.
Fair enough. I can have some papers prepared for you by the time we leave.
That way it's obvious that we're not just speaking to speak.
Fair enough. I can take care of that wholeheartedly. And of course, there is the matter of what you would wish of me for doing me this favor.
That would be up to Sergeant.
Are you the sergeant?
Yes.
I must apologize. I mistook him for the man of rank.
Well, Tor is simply traveling with the Dogpack. He is an independent body. If you wanted him to do it, it would be up to his decision and not mine. Of course, he was not with us when we met with Dor Daluse.
Is this a commission for us as mercenaries or just personal?
So the mercenaries have hired a mercenary.
We don't pay him.
I think it pays me.
Paladin, I should have guessed. She says a quick blessing for your holiness. Yes. So what would you want, Sir?
Horse trap.
Sir Hostrom. What would you desire of me for doing me this favor?
Galen rubs the back of his head. He obviously looks out of place in a situation like this. I would like to, before I decide on something, I would like to ask a few more questions.
Fair enough. Ask away.
Why Lord Daluse's nephew? I'm sure there's plenty of other suitors in the area.
Yes, but frankly, I don't mind. Give me an insight.
Give you what?
Insight. That is a 20.
You think she's not being 100% honest? That does seem part of it. Picking up on a little something more.
How close? Her area to where we were. The original fort we were at.
Where Lord Dallas is, or
No, where we came from.
you guys came from the capital of Stackbluff, which is a week's travel away on horseback.
So we've been on the road. Right.
Okay.
Are we still echoing?
No.
Okay.
She just said it's echoing. Again.
What? Do you need?
Does it have something to do with the board? Was it echoing last week?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Do you have a special interest in the Lord's nephew? Have you two met before?
Yes, we have before, and yes. I do have something of a vested interest in him.
I got a cock die, so I'm gonna re-roll it. Okay, that was not great. 10.
She rolled even worse than you did. Again, she seems to be being more honest than the previous statement, but you can still sense that she's holding something. Like she doesn't really seem to want to tell you why she has a vested interest in this young man, as opposed to the other suitors that would be it's a little bit more low.
Well, I'm very much a optimist, and I would like to hear what your thoughts are on the young man. Tell me a little bit about it. Is he your age?
He is roughly a year or two younger than I am.
Go on.
Give me persuasion checks.
Terrible.
She's rolling that.
10.
All right. 11. He is. He's. She looks you over. A build sort of like yours.
Mm-hmm.
And I like.
She likes him strong.
So he's a strong warrior.
He is a strong and capable warrior. Yes. And I like that.
Are you wishing to have some children that will be military leaders?
Perhaps. That is always an option. I hadn't thought that far ahead.
Voice in your head.
Oh, she's got that.
Message?
Message.
No.
See me look over it, look around, like.
Are you alright, sir?
I think so.
Do you need another cup of meat?
I don't believe that would help.
Fair enough. Alright. There. Anything else that needs to be discussed? Again, what would you ask of me for this favor?
Let me consult with my friends.
Fair enough. I will give you a moment. And she steps up and steps away from the table and walks around and starts mingling with some other soldiers, talking about this and that, the weather, wishing them a good war, what have you.
Wishing people a good war.
Yes.
A safe word.
A safe war.
It's like
In fact, you hear her
the Spanish American War. It was a good little war. Anyway,
In fact, you hear her make a comment like, "I know there's no such thing as a safe war, but still," and you hear like a couple people chuckle at that. One of whom was faking it,
so
being nice.
I was suggested to me that I ask for your counsel, Sortor. What are your thoughts on this?
Who said that?
I imagine that it would be someone who's very much a busybody.
Haley looks over and makes sure she's gone. Ask for money, a bunch of it.
Well, do we have time to do this, for one? For two, she's had previous commitment with him or discussion with him, or how did that end? Did it end in a problem? Did it end in just a flat no? Did it end in... There's some answer that there's something that she's still not given.
Well,
And Haley chimes in. Also, the Lander house is bigger than the Delassie house.
It doesn't mean they're richer, dear.
Doesn't it, though?
She did mention they were.
There is liquid capital and land capital.
I do think she has more land.
But doesn't having more land allow you to make more of the liquid capital variety?
Depends on your taxes, on what your land consists of, and
How good the quality of your
Out of
soil
character. Can I
is.
just say how amazing it is that this group always seems to go back to discussing economics?
I don't know
Why?
we
Why
do
does it
this.
keep
because
happening?
we're Americans.
Well,
Economics is the number one issue.
I believe it was Haley that started that part of it.
Yeah, true. Actually.
Yeah.
Let's just
Anyway,
go off and make
ask
ski
for
ball.
money.
Let's just
Did
go
you
off
know? Okay.
and make skee ball again.
The big thing is time. Do we have time? Second, would the captains allow us to make a segue?
Well, we're going directly to Seville.
Oh, is he in Seville?
Yes, he is the Lord
Yes.
of
He
Seville.
was a little north of Seville, she mentioned.
Okay.
No. Lord Dowsay is north of Seville. No, wait. Shit.
Napier.
Backwards. His nephew lives somewhat north of Seville, but he will be going to Seville.
We're not having to meet his nephew. We're getting talking to
So
the
the
Lord
nephew has
himself.
nothing.
She's basically
No
asking
say in the matter.
permission.
He's
Unless
wanting.
his nephew is a capable fighter who also likes to fight with 2 spears. One being a glass-headed spear that ejects poison. Do you not remember that? It was one of the best characters he made for D&D I've seen.
Oh, you're talking about Blake's character
Yeah.
in my previous attempt at a D&D campaign. Yeah, I remember that. Jano Staunch.
Yep.
No, I'm not doing inside jokes. They
So-
don't work for a stream.
Money,
Yes.
So anyway, I got this book about
previous money, time, previous issues, and how did she leave it when she discussed
Everybody
earlier?
gets one.
Well,
Those are the unanswered questions that I would have.
And if we can't get money, we need something of at least value.
I mean,
Magic.
I'm all
Maybe she's got some magic shit.
I'm all for doing a simple request like this if they truly care about each other for free.
Well, you know that what she told you, her care is in her groin.
Well,
Huh?
You said she likes them like him. She likes them big and
Oh, strong.
right. So her care is carnal in nature.
Yeah.
But
He
original.
really gives a shit because he gets her wet.
Yeah.
that's
I mean, there's the monetary, the merging of the houses, which makes sense and is always good politics.
Especially during wartime. This is all Haley saying this, by the way.
Are they close enough to where they could assist each other's houses?
well, I believe they would be obligated to if the kingdom was attacked.
And also, yeah,
But obligation doesn't deter distance. It's, you get a group that you're aligned with, but they're
Steve.
2 weeks away.
give me a quick nature check for geography. Remember,
Didn't
something
it take us like
geographies.
2 weeks to get here?
5.
5. You don't know where
Yeah.
You don't know where Alanderland is in conjunction to Dallasy-land.
Haley got a 17. You're like, dumbass.
Yeah, she points out that Alanderland and Dallasy-land are bordering. They're border. They're border.
So if they could easily provide.
Yes, it would be much easier to do than, say, for example, if the Dao say, Haley suggested it would be easier for the Alanders to help them than, say, if it warranted the Queen's eye. Because Stag's Bluff is much further away.
And the other thing would be something you personally are working on getting your family re-recognized, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, you could use this as leverage for that.
Well, I'm trying not to be selfish here. This would be a matter for the entire pack, not just me.
Yeah, but it would
Well,
benefit all
no,
of
for
us.
our group of the pack. And I got the impression that we would be joining on your plan when you get it. You'll have the title.
Well,
Is
that's
this-
such a far way away. We can cross that bridge when we
You
get
also
to
need
it.
to ask if this is more of a personal request or a request as us of mercenaries,
All right.
which would help either way.
I mean, she did
So-
state that she wanted us to do it because we've had contact with him.
It had nothing to do with us being mercenaries from the start.
From what
But
she said.
Mhm.
if she hires us to do it, now that's a different story.
Well, I think I know what I'll say.
Good thing too, because right about now she's come back around. Very.
How do you spell her name?
Connie, Connie. Alander is ALAN.
I have
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
When I do,
there you
it's
go.
usually like white chocolate.
I like their vanilla bean.
Stop that.
I like their vanilla bean.
Take that out.
She's
Stop that.
started it.
Take that out.
What do you mean? What do you mean take
It's
that out?
inappropriate.
What
Just
did you do?
delete it. You're a mod.
So
Delete your own
what?
comment.
Does it really matter?
Yes.
fucking.
We're trying to be professional here.
Take what out?
What are you putting
Put
dicks
a
in the
dick in
stream
the
for?
butt.
I did a little. I did a little ASCII dick
He did.
No.
because she was talking about deep throating.
And no one asked you about your dick.
He's doing word art penis.
Yeah.
See, it's funny because ASCII, it's a pun. Yeah. You're welcome. So anyways, we're trying to be professional here. Anyways, yeah, she wants his cock.
And then immediately segue into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, she doesn't say that. So she
She doesn't say it. She
doesn't say that. But some of you have jumped to that
She
conclusion.
wants children that will be able to be strong enough to support and run the kingdom.
Anyways, she, very,
Which is a good political move and also a biological move.
Correct.
her movement is sort of unnecessarily graceful as she just pulls the chair out
Genetically stable.
and sits in it and pulls herself forward. So, you've had a moment to discuss it amongst yourselves.
I do have a question.
Fire away.
Yes, Lady Alander,
Yes. So,
if
hold strong.
I were to do this for you, what would I tell Lord Dalusay when he asks what your intentions are?
Persuasion.
Why is this a persuasion? I rolled an 18.
She rolled a 1.
17.
She just kind of it's like, tell him his nephew and I like each other a lot.
Oh. Well.
And that is the honest to God's truth. It just so happens that it would also benefit our houses.
Well. If.
They've already done the deed. She might even be pregnant.
Well, if.
Hey,
Are you.
Hey, did you actually say that just now? In character?
Very quietly to him.
What would that be?
Performance.
That would be is it performance to whisper?
Performance. That's what we've been. That we figured that out. That's a way to make that
Ooh, damn,
useless
that's
skill.
only a 7.
To make that useless skill better.
Uh-oh. What is it altogether?
7.
You
I
want
rolled a
to-
2.
Sir Tor, was it? Is there
Yes.
some whisperings that I should be privy to?
No, simply basing my possibly assumption on your original comment about liking his physicality, as well as you stating now that you and he like each other.
I am
Need.
a lady of nobility, you understand.
I do.
No such action has transpired, I assure you.
Well, my lady.
Yes.
Are you hiring us as individuals? Is this a individual favor, or are you hiring us as members of the Dogpack?
I'm asking you a favor and wondering what you would like in return for this favor. It doesn't have to be a hiring of mercenaries. That is absolutely not necessary for suiting a man, I should hope. Suiting a man? Suitoring a man? Trying to get hitched.
Be suiting.
Be suited. Gotcha.
Well, there's two things.
Yes.
We are going to war, so some funds would be requested, and the other thing is I would like you to put a good word in for me. As you can see, I like Galen thumbs his patches. I am trying to achieve a dream of mine. I was in a family that had lost their nobility, and I'm trying to regain such a thing. And a word from a noble house such as yours, if I come back from the war, that is, could help guarantee that my lineage will be part of nobility, riding off of my recent promotion.
Fair enough. Next time I am in the capital, I will certainly speak to the Queen on your behalf. and tell her what a fine young man you are.
Thanks. No, Galen, realizes that he kinda sounded cold, and he, he rubs the back of his head back. Well, breaking formalities. Thank you very much, Miss Connie.
Horse trot, was it?
Yes.
Sir Horse trot? Galen back?
Yes.
Let me tell you something real quick, just between you and me. One thing that you're going to need to do, if you're going to actually achieve nobility, is have a touch more confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
And
be a bit more cutthroat.
a little less stuttering.
Ah,
Meaning me no offense, of course, sir.
so are you saying that a conversation is like a fight?
In a way, yes, though it is not always about winning, per se. Sometimes conversations are always about, more often than not, achieving common ground.
Think of a conversation as a war as opposed to a single battle.
So you have to
You find
choose which battles to win to obtain a better position.
You men and
Yeah.
your analogies for everything going back to violence.
I am a vengeance paladin. What can I say?
Well, I
Yeah, I'll live with
I did not have a proper upbringing that would be suitable for nobility, man.
Fair enough.
I think I turned out okay, considering the crowd I. Galen thinks of something obvious. Galen thinks of something and he blushes that grew up around. You see, they were sailors, man.
Ah. Yes. Those men do tend to be a bit crass, don't they?
And do you understand? I meant nothing by my comment. You are human, and humans have meat.
Like me.
It doesn't stop
Caitlin, was
you
that?
from being
Caitlin,
white.
was that in character?
Yes.
Are you purposely saying that?
What did she say?
Fornicate.
Maybe.
Galen leans over
It's the way
dramatically.
it's just
Caitlin!
after drinking.
Caitlin!
Yes.
I think
Be quiet.
I think your draconian friend has maybe had enough mead.
Yeah, indeed. Caitlin.
Perhaps it is a bit stronger than her breed is used to.
Yes, why don't you go to your room now? You've already finished your meal.
I must apologize if that sounded offensive. I don't deal with many dragons, if you understand. Hey, do you want to roll me insight real quick?
Yeah, she's intimidating me.
Oh my god, okay. You're in dice timeout, motherfucker.
That's an 11.
I'm rolling mine. Not rolling much better than you.
Yeah, she's not hiding it very well. When she said no offense, she really meant full offense.
Oh, bless your
Full
heart.
barrel.
Yeah, basically. Well, if that will be all, the only thing left to discuss is how much you're exactly asking me for this favor. And at this point, Haley chimes in, a bunch.
I
And
really.
she leans over to you, Tor. How much is a bunch of gold?
The best monetary number possible.
Excuse my ward. She was with someone who did not properly teach her how to.
My, your group seems to have many youths that were raised in the wrong places.
We are mercenaries.
Fair enough.
But we try. Our hearts are all in the right spot.
We're
Our
all
mouths tend to just not be there.
we're all countrymen in our hearts. And then Galen looks at Tor and then goes back to his pose.
Just because I'm from the Outland doesn't mean that I'm not loyal.
Oh, Outlander, I thought your accent sounded foreign.
It's not a bad thing.
No, not at all. And she actually throws a few Outlander tongue words at you. It's Khan's tongue.
Mm-hmm.
She just says a very basic reading. Where is the watering hole? How are you?
Apparently it's here.
If you say anything more complicated than that to her, she's like, okay,
Yep.
alright. Yes, sorry, but how much do you want? Be reasonable here.
I really don't think this is a huge deal. Well, I can't guarantee results. I'm just giving you my word, so not much.
Not a huge deal. 25 gold?
I was going to say, yes, that sounds about right. 5 gold for each of us, and Haley.
Yeah, that's a really low ball number.
I rolled 38, so not far off the mark.
If that sounds fair to you lot, it shall be arranged.
Just keep your mind on the pack as the war progresses. We don't know how it will swing back and forth.
Fair enough.
You stated that you had talked to him once before and he was not receptive.
Yes.
To what degree, may I ask?
At the time, he stated that he felt his nephew was a bit too young to be involving himself in such activities.
How young was he?
Well, at the time, he was 16. He should be.
That's 2 years past time.
You and me both.
What? I mean,
The age
yes.
Well, if we're going with
of
historical figures,
political control, of political joinings usually starts around 14.
Oh,
It tends to start a bit younger than the small folk enjoy courtship.
Because you tend to need more heirs because of,
well,
to be
I
honest,
don't think
assassinations.
that's necessarily true. Many
Well,
folk
assassinations
that
and war.
many folk
Disease.
that don't
and-
have supervision or have their family tilling the fields, things tend to happen.
Well, no,
That
you
is
just-
true.
You need, the larger a royal family, the better chance you have for your line to stay whole.
But not if you stretch it too thin, of course. Then arguments over who's actually in charge start to break out.
Then you get the backstabbing.
I see.
And
I'm
then
not
when
the
you
only
get-
one who's read my histories.
When some, we'll just say screw it and leave and go elsewhere.
Some of whom try to start their own little lineage. They say that's how the empire got started. But ancient history is a tricky thing. So at this point, she pushes herself up from the table and says, I'll have your papers and your money ready to go on your way out, and takes her leave. Okay, and so... Yes. Okay. So...
Why did she call him Lord Delussy?
it's just how our accent works.
Did not appear to have a speech impediment. How do you pronounce his name?
That was said.
Daluse.
Really?
I mean, it's spelled like Delussy.
With an E at the end. Who here's good with history?
Haley,
I have a 5 in it.
yours close.
Give me a history check real quick.
It's just, that's not because it's real smart.
17.
17. Remembering some of your readings, you do remember talk of what very, very few select words were translated from the ancient tongues. And one of them is a very peculiar one, se. It is spelled, in translated form, it's spelled S-S-E. Se. And it is, you remember, something kind of a common practice amongst nobler houses to try and seem fancy by incorporating
Ancient
words
words
into
names.
their names and what have you. And that's where you have names like that, or any religious folk might remember one of the deities named Malese with a
Oh, I
similar
do, and that's why I stopped when he said it the right way.
with an SSE at the end.
She's just pronouncing it
Because
phonetically and not how it's actually
that's my God's most hated enemy.
Malisi. But you get the feeling that if you had asked her about it, Connie here probably would have pronounced it Malisi.
She's going off of
And also
phonetics
the
and not
night, or the
how it's supposed to be
when you
spoken.
guys first met me, the guy who I killed,
I don't know.
yeah, he was
He was a
Yeah, I know.
paladin of Malise.
I was there.
You were there. So was that dwarf who disappeared.
I also existed at that time.
Yeah, you were
He
there.
got demoted.
And you were there? Not you, though. I didn't like you.
and there's no one that witnessed what actually occurred now.
What?
Because I think only the dwarf.
Only the dwarf and I were there when he actually died the second time.
Caleb was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, the second time? Anyway.
Right. So on your way out, Connie Lander does stand at her gate and, you know, saying goodbye to the procession of soldiers and what have you. And as you guys pass by, she stops you and does personally hand off a leathern pouch. And when you open it, there's 25 gold pieces inside,
Mhm.
as well as the papers that Tor was asking for as an official blessing of courtship. Or an official, a request for the official blessing of courtship to transpire. Yeah, nothing says D&D quite like
Good
political
old
weddings.
Economics and politics.
Economics and political wedding planning. Yeah,
We're doing the best D&D. Don't worry.
that's how you make D&D realistic.
We're getting
Okay.
some Game of Thrones and beating up shit.
Yeah, it's the best of both worlds. Alright, that's enough of that shit.
We
Let's
got
fight
brothers
some
and
monsters.
sisters doing it, do we?
Okay, awesome. That didn't mean anything. I'm lying.
They could be related. I don't know.
Let's see.
That was my first thought.
I'm gonna use my dice roller app for this because that's a lot of dice to roll. So I'm not gonna roll them. I'll fake roll them like a poser. One moment, please.
And you don't want to purchase all the dice, but you also need all the dice.
Smith them holding.
Yay!
Rolled real good.
Okay, that's terrible.
You didn't roll real good.
Gotcha. Yes. Okay, so
I'm under like 5 goblins. I think, yeah, I can take this army.
no, I'm getting there. Give me a moment. Is that-
That'd be hilarious, don't you
No,
think?
I shouldn't do that.
5 goblins thinking, yeah, I got this.
God, why don't we just take up that, whoever was in the very rear.
Let's see, where was that?
Did the army get smaller? Hmm.
There's one other thing I wanted to put in there. What was it?
Goblins!
Goblins? Goblins. Goblins. Oh wow, you look cool. No, not achievement. What was that thing? It was like a weird bird thing with like a deer head on it.
The Periton?
And I don't know what it's called. I thought it started with an A.
It was a P.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes that easier.
Ear thing.
PER.
It's like a bird thing with a deer head.
Yeah.
It looked cool when I was thinking about it. It's not like spoiling too much shit, because if it shows up, you're gonna see it.
Doesn't want to fight?
I don't know, maybe, man. You'll see.
I did buy that emergency longbow.
Give me a second.
Emergency.
I wonder why bird deers would want to fight us though.
Give me a moment. You'll see.
Emergency
You'll see.
longbow.
You'll see. You'll see.
Emergency on the.
Yes, because I have an 11 dex, so it's emergency longbow. I use it in
Yay.
the times of emergency. when I really can't get to something.
Just throw some javelins at it.
No, I can fire 2 arrows or I can throw 1 javelin.
Wait, what? Really?
Yes.
Yeah, because
You only get one interact.
it's technically, your one interact object.
Well, if you have one in your hand already,
Mhm.
you can throw it, grab another one and throw it. But
I'll
if you
tell
don't
what,
have it in your hand
wow,
already,
That's really good. Wow.
Or I could shoot at it. I do have a +3 to hit.
I'll tell you what, like, I would allow you to make
Where did you get a
some
composite
kind of
bow?
roll to just, like, hold, like, a bunch of javelins in one hand.
Or you can make a compound bow, put that in the game, because honestly, strength needs the buff.
Yeah, strength, there's just not enough 4 strength going on. You only have 1 skill.
Hey man, I can jump higher.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I am half an inch shorter than him. But I can jump almost as high as the world record high jumper because I can jump 8 feet in the air.
Your character?
Yes, because I can jump 3 plus my strength modifier, which is 8 feet.
That's pretty useful.
because there's no armor penalties in D&D.
Not in 5e.
I can also long jump 20 feet,
Yay! Okay.
which is nowhere near the lowest of the world
Yeah,
record.
Pathfinder, you would have armor
Hey,
penalties.
he's doing it in full plate.
The
So.
only way to be a world record long jumper is you have to be a level
if he was doing it
7.
in full
You
plate.
have to be a level 7 champion, and you have to be a level 3 thief. You have to be level 10, and 7 of those levels have to be fighter, and you have to be a champion, and you have to have 20 strength, and the other 3 have to be rogue, and you have to have 20 dex. Then you can jump 30 feet and be the world record long jumper.
Okay.
Hey, you could probably jump that far if you weren't wearing your heavy armor.
Yay.
No,
No.
there's no penalty.
Yay.
There really should be.
There should,
There
yeah,
should be.
there is.
Realistically, there should be. But in 5e, I think they got rid of that for the
I
sake
mean,
of
if
simplicity.
it was jumping 20
5e
feet,
is
full
high
plate-
adventure.
Yeah.
High adventure.
Which is the same reason why technically you can wear armor and throw spells, because it's just simpler to do it that way. Instead of bogging down the system with, like, well, if you're wearing this kind of armor, this is your percentage chance for your spell to fail. And if you're wearing this kind of armor, it's a higher percentage chance, and every time you cast, yeah, etc.
Well, that's just because magic works. Like in DCC, there's just a check penalty. It's just part of the armor.
Yeah.
And because you have to roll to activate your spells, and because you have to roll, they can just be like, okay, there's just a check penalty for skills that involve like climbing, swimming, and stuff like that. Check penalty
Of course, your check
for
penalty
casting
could make
spells. Check
something
penalty.
really cool where, oh my god.
So it's the next day of travel, and you guys, the wagon train has gone, has forded the nearby river. I mean, there's some bridges nearby, but it's quicker to have some of the wagons ford while the bridge is being occupied because there's a lot of you guys. So
Actually, if the water's not too high, it might be easier for us to ford the wagons to use the bridge. That way they don't hit a rut for mud.
yeah, okay,
You get mud ruts in the bottom of rivers sometimes, it'll just fuck your wagon up.
pretty much. In fact, that's kind of what's happening, is that some of those people didn't really take your advice, and there's a wagon that's kind of stuck. And hey, who wants to give me a perception check? Oh, you know what, Steve? Your passive perception is stupidly good. That's right. So before anyone else even...
Oh no, I saw it because I rolled a 20,
Yeah.
25.
Hey.
So as you are on the other... You guys have already forded on your horses.
Galen rolled a 20. Sorry.
And after this little incident, this is what got them to change around to get the wagons to go across the bridge and just have the horses ford. Because you guys are kind of standing on the opposite side while the rest of the train is kind of moving across the bridge and further up the road. And it's just you guys and this one wagon that's stuck in the muck.
Probably the one with the ballista.
It's not the one with the ballista. I wouldn't be that cruel.
The ballista, I'd use it.
No, if the ballista stuck, you can. But, anyways. Do that. That's okay, cool.
You know, I was in the middle. Galen was in the middle of explaining why he never named his horse because he was always told by his captain never to name your horse because it'll die as soon as you name it.
You'll get too attached.
Okay, well, while you're in the middle of that, before anyone else like even notices it, you hear this sort of guttural, loud, high-pitched, guttural, screeching, groaning sound echoing over the nearby treetops.
I do name my horse, but I didn't this time.
Do deer
What?
size dying women, or was it just cougars? When they roar.
Oh, just cougars.
Yeah.
That's why.
What?
That's why old women that love young guys are
And at
called
first, no one
cougars.
can really hear it over the rushing of the water, and people like yelling like how to actually get the wagon stuck out of the muck.
What in God's name? The God's name is that?
And I'll tell you if you pick correctly.
And then
No, it's
a second,
Tor, look over there.
a second later, you hear it again, and Tor, you hear it now too, as it echoes over the trees much louder this time.
Does anyone have an instrument?
What kind of knowledge do you wish?
Do you have a horn?
Yes.
Blow it. Louder.
You made a performance check.
That is a 22.
Okay.
You specialize in that.
Yeah.
So, are you actually like playing a tune, or you're just?
He just told me to blow it, so I'm just kind of making.
Blowing it 2 arms.
Yeah.
Johnny, blow your horn.
Da-da, da-da.
Ranged weapons to the ready.
Men, the sky.
Click, click.
There is a beast.
And so,
No, I don't have guns. I just cocked my arm.
all the guys that were like messing with the wagon grab their spears out of the wagon and jump off onto this side of the shore. As over the treetops, you see, for lack of a better phrase, a scaly beast with large leathery wingspan over the treetops, as it immediately locks your lot in its eyesight, looking at you with beady, angry eyes as its toothy maw opens again and that screech just... Initiative.
How big is it?
It is large.
It's a 10.
Large? Is it only large?
Yes.
Only large. Huh.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna roll
Actually,
this
I think I have a
thing
linear
first.
one.
Bada bing. That's a little better.
Man, I saw it. Wish I could roll with advantage. It won't help much,
Hey.
because I probably wouldn't roll better than 10.
These other things as well, which we haven't noticed just yet. Wow, that was terrible. What is up with you? What is up with you?
I think I have a terrible too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying I have what I have on hand. Oh yeah, I have that direwolf that doesn't have stance.
I'm gonna
Big
need
slots.
3 mediums.
There's a box over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need 3 mediums and a large.
Did you prepare
God.
a wyvern in that?
There are winged beasts in that.
There are larges in there.
There are larges and there are winged beasts. Both in
And
it.
about
Let's see.
Did you
half a
get the winged
second.
beast Monday, Austin? Let's start Monday's gathering here.
There was like,
Let's see, here's the hippogriff.
should I get out the box? How's the sound, folks? Everything sound good?
Yeah, I forgot I also had this young black dragon. That's really cool.
And that one would be perfect for
We're
this.
gonna fight a huge chimera.
Yeah, I also have a young blue dragon.
Let's not.
I really like this
Let's
one.
not say that that's a thing
And
that
the
didn't
black
happen.
one will work perfect for this particular situation.
We're about level to fight those. No, actually, we are level to fight those.
Dragons?
No, chimeras.
Chimeras. Are you guys though? I mean, like, what level is everyone?
I'm 8.
8. I thought you were 9.
Not a higher level than the rest of you.
What level is everyone?
What'd you say?
How about, here's a chimera, that could be your dude. Or, here's a large dragon.
Oh, Alan's got a large black dragon.
It's not quite this impressive.
Crocodile man.
So it's not that impressive, so it's more like this one?
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
That's a small black dragon.
Yeah.
It's a young black dragon, yeah.
It's young.
It'll work for our needs.
There you are. You sneaky little bastard.
Medium creatures.
Yes, I need 3 medium winged creatures as well.
It's very specific.
That's a little harder.
It's very specific.
They don't actually have to have wings, just as long as they are medium. And we all agree that they have wings. Because, oh wow, what is this thing? That's cool as hell. Geist. Wow. What is a Geist?
It is an undead.
It's freaky as hell, whatever.
This is undead from Pathfinder, from what I can tell.
That's a
It's
bear.
that's a,
This is a bear.
it can be used as a werebear, it can be used as a regular
I was
bear.
about to say, this looks like a fucking werewolf right here with the fucking abdominals.
Yeah, it can be used
I
for
like
any
it.
of that. It's, if you read it, it's
Something.
a,
How many mediums do you need?
3, just 3.
it is a,
Here, just grab through
it's
it.
a hero, not hero quest, but a Mage Knight figure.
Yeah, I forgot.
And there's more in here.
Scout.
These are undead mostly.
Nice.
Oh, I might need this later.
Because I use that for that gecko of undead.
Okay, so we can just use this.
Warlords normally aren't that small. That's,
It's a scout.
yeah, no, but I'm saying normally still, they're still normally medium.
So everyone,
I forgot I had a kobold devil speaker.
There you go.
oh, that's cool.
Let's use that for your mini.
For
He's
his
actually got a proper mini for Caitlin.
Yeah, Caitlin's in a box.
All right.
She looks like a half dragon.
I didn't bring the
So
river
as-
cross. I've got an actual river crossing map.
But then again, your dragonborn are
fine.
more like half dragons.
So we can say like the. I'm gonna have to move that, yeah.
I'm thinking about buying a second mic just for the DM.
Well,
Okay.
you could simply say, how wide's the river?
We can use like this as being
We
like
could
the
take
tree line.
this off and just reuse the blank map.
Yeah, we could do that as well.
What else up there? The boats? Oh, actually, hold on, what do I have?
Yeah, well, that's why I was asking about your
Big
uncle's
boat.
mic.
Do I have the, no, I have the, yep, I can have the big boat with a blank in here.
All right. Well, if someone has a marker for me.
Here, Austin.
Where are the
Markers?
Right.
I got some right here.
are these in here?
Yeah. This still marks right. Yeah. It's been sitting out because the top came off. Gosh darn it.
That's
Came off.
Yeah, in my
The
bag.
cops come off.
The top.
it's not Mardi Gras.
Anyway.
There you go.
Darn it.
Tell me what you
Darn
did
it.
sometime.
That top is terrible.
There you go.
I like my shirt. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Okay, so
Is there 2 or 3 up there?
we'll say that this is like the tree line over
That
here.
makes 3.
I think so, yeah.
Let's see, is there a blue?
Are we all mounted?
Unless you guys want to go for horses, I will allow mounted combat. Let's see here.
I'll have to go back to
One
these
hand,
things
but I've
later.
got to keep my pages so I know where they
I
are.
can open it.
Thank you. Can you give me the blue one? I want the blue one.
I like how this kobold actually has black scales.
It's the blue.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Alright, and
Instead of
Ah, they
the
were
base red.
there's where the river is. River! That works just fine for our purposes. This is not highly.
I'm such a tool. I don't have my own miniature for Galen. I'm playing his character.
You're small enough to be mounted.
Where did I set those 3 medium miniatures you handed me?
Is it cool?
Right in front of you?
What? Oh, they're right here. Duh.
I'm fine using mine now.
I'm a dark
So you guys are probably going to be kind of like right
I'll
over
be
here by the
Sally.
river. No, you cannot.
He does the little big teeth you have.
Well, there's your medium-winged creature.
Cockatrice.
The ladies love
Yeah.
big teeth.
Cockatrice.
Pop that out. There we go. There we go. Now it's slightly more immersive. As well, I mean, you guys quite adventure already saw this coming since I asked about it. Strange, huge-looking bird creatures come flying up behind it with strangely mammalian-looking head shapes and antlers on their heads. Well, at first it just looks like random horns, but once you get a better look, they look like antlers.
They're not just horny.
No, they're not just horny.
Wyvern.
But they are very happy to
posse
see
of
you.
Deer things.
It's not a banana in their pocket.
A wyvern who also has a posse of deer birds. That's neat.
Hey man. Hey man. I never said, you know. Okay, so let's see here.
That wonky. I'm just gonna use that many. It doesn't fit me, but it's cool. So I'm gonna use it.
Look at me, I'm cool, yo.
Which one you were the?
I'm gonna use a two-handed sword. This guy has a bow, but it's really good mini, so I'm using it.
That is a really cool mini. That's really cool. Okay. So that's where everyone wants to be? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that's fine.
I guess I would
Where's my
probably
pencil?
be somewhere in front
Found
because
it.
I have self-confidence issues and I have to be in front.
Did somebody put? Oh yeah, I'm out there.
Yeah.
My shield's up.
Okay. Alright.
I actually look up them garden from the
Did
sky.
everybody's initiative did everyone roll their initiative?
Yes.
10.
Okay. 25 or 20?
23.
22.
Okay. Okay.
I rolled a nat 20. And I have a plus
course
3
you do.
dex.
After 19 plus 3.
And
I bet you have more dex than that.
2.
No, I have one.
20 to 15. Okay.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
20 to 15.
Okay, 15.
Okay.
Does Haley exist in this fight or not?
No.
Okay.
No, I think
I
you
didn't
guys
think
are
so,
fine
but-
without it.
I'll
10.
get her out just in case. She's learning to fight, so we'll use the female paladin figure for her.
After combat, we can order dinner.
This might take a second.
Whiz cleric.
So, speaking of like classes and stuff, I really want to make so all the people who talk about Dungeons and Dragons on YouTube, when they talk about a class or something, they talk about it in like this long, rambly format. And I actually want to make like a series of videos that goes like, this is this class, this is what this class does, this is how I recommend you play this class. Video. Instead of being like, yeah, this is a fighter, fighters are cool, like, you know, like they get off topic and they talk about something else and they get back to it. And, you know, that's how every single DM YouTuber does, or D&D YouTuber
So
does their
you
videos.
set up one, you call it Just the Facts.
Yeah, just the fact. All right, I was gonna do like
Okay.
the champion in 10 minutes, or the battle master in 10 minutes, the abager in 10 minutes.
D&D subclasses in 10 minutes.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Class course.
Artsy would watch
Oh,
it because
that's-
Artsy's my favorite clan. Class course.
Class course.
That's a cool name.
That's actually pretty solid.
So we-
I like that.
If I were GM, I would give you inspiration.
Yeah.
Class course.
The best
Yeah,
pun I've ever
I
made.
forgot that that's a mechanic in the game. Oops.
I don't.
What?
I try to be that DM that gives out inspiration
Okay.
and make other DMs feel bad
So-
because I give them inspiration
I mean,
a lot.
if I
And they
could
forget
put-
to use it because they forget it's a mechanic because no one ever gives it to
Listen.
them.
I still have
Listen,
that
Mr.
inspiration you
Witcher.
gave me from the first
Listen,
time.
Mr.
All right, sorry.
You don't have to make me feel bad. about
I'd watch
myself,
it since
because I
it's-
already do. Anyways.
Anyway,
Or
so
it's your
first,
job
Caitlin.
to remind us to hand out inspiration periodically.
Hey,
Caitlin.
Yes.
you're up. You're first. What do you do?
Actually, that would be a great role for the stream once we have people They can all start yelling inspiration.
Decide who gets inspiration.
Once we get like 10 people, they can start doing that.
Yes.
Don't we have to have more than 2 or 3 to get the 10 number?
If.
I don't know what kind of graphics I would have though. That's the only thing I would have though. I could make a script and do a voice.
Graphic ones, just all the graphics.
Anyway, who's first? Anyway, who's first? I wish I go first.
Shall I bring the 3-minute timer, 2-minute timer, 1-minute timer? 2-minute timer, 1-minute timer.
I'm gonna shoot it with Ray of Frost.
Okay, which one?
The Wyvern.
Okay, which one? The Wyvern. You don't know that's we haven't.
The largest thing.
The biggest dragony looking thing that also has what appears to be a scorpion stinger for a tail.
An Arcana check or a nature check.
It depends on your setting. Depends on your setting.
I'm gonna say Arcana.
I usually have them roll for nature for monstrosities because unless you're playing a modern type game, nature
I'll
sucks.
say Arcana.
If you're playing a more modern type game, it suddenly becomes really good because you're like, if someone wants to know a biology question, why do they roll nature?
I let them roll.
What about physics?
I let them roll either. I justify penalties, depending. I let them roll either. I justify
That's
penalties.
a net 20, so 28.
It's a Wyvern.
But what do you know of Wyvern?
What do I know about wyverns?
Let's see here. You know that they are aerial hunters. You know that they are very aggressive and can be quite reckless. You also know that they have a barbed stinger on their tail, which you don't want to get hit by because, hey, guess what? It's poisonous. Probably. More than likely poison. More than likely poison.
Almost assured. Almost assured.
I'm getting stabbed in the face. I'm getting stabbed on the stream by the logo.
Whoops. Oh well.
Oh,
It looks great.
Took it to the
But I'm
eye.
getting stabbed in the face. by my
Wait,
logo.
I mean,
you're being overshadowed by your own logo.
you could move it.
How does that feel?
I
Otherwise,
have to get closer to you.
Ooh, hey, baby.
Nobody wants to do that.
Hey, baby. He took a shower while we were late.
Whatever.
I'm on fire today.
I'm gonna.
Ray, do you want to give me a quick nature check, by the way?
Nature check.
Yeah.
Alright. That's a 16, so 21.
21.
there's a logo like it.
The winged things behind it are called peritons.
Actually, put me in the middle so everyone gets bonus from my saves.
Do they have any poison?
Good question. Good point.
Imagine.
We're queen.
No, but you do know with that roll that as far as hunting goes, what they like to do is dive out of the sky and gore things with their antlers and keep going.
Are they normally particularly hardy?
Well, I mean, they're hardier than like a large bird would normally be. So there's that.
I'll shoot one of the Pratons in
Okay.
with a Ray of Frost.
I should do this real quick. No, that's not. This quick, since it sticks out.
I'll just leave those here. Oh, the markers. I'll just leave them here.
Did it. I'm the best. That's
Okay.
number 1. That's number 2.
Are you going to use them anywhere else?
Number 3.
What about that silly putty?
No, I don't need those. I pretty much brought them for the game.
Anyway,
Okay.
I mean, that's what I got.
1, 2,
I
and
just don't have the
3.
number
Pick
for
one.
it.
I'm gonna shoot one.
Okay. I didn't mean that literally, but alright.
behind the end screen,
Yes.
when there's a bunch of monsters that are same, the first one you target becomes number 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah, that's a good
The second one you target becomes number 2.
But then, what, do you roll initiative already? Then how do you know where your initiative is set? If you're doing
I just have them across the board, and you guys usually win. So, if it goes first, that becomes number 1. If you attack one, that becomes number 1.
So that's really good to hit. That's a whole 25.
25? Okay, you hit it. Make sure it doesn't have any resistances that I need to know about.
That's cold damage.
Looking at it, it seems that the hit connects like you would expect.
Do I get the ability to add my damage?
How far up are they?
Oh no, that's not until level 10.
They're
Okay.
about
Wait.
60 feet up in the air.
It's important.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially
that's,
with the
that's not until level 10, so that's only 13.
13 damage.
And they're also slowed by 5 foot.
Now I had to do
Does that
math
affect
to
their
figure out the
flying
symbol.
speed?
Hold on, let me.
I'm not sure.
Ray of Frost. R.
Fixing it to do this in class, so I'm not supposed to figure it out.
Oh, wait, no. And its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
To the start of your next turn?
My next turn.
Okay. But does that affect flying speed too?
Yes,
It says speed.
because their
It
wings
doesn't
can't move
specify
quite
what kind of
as
speed.
Alright.
smoothly.
That makes sense.
So that Brayton is particularly slow right now.
Okay, I'll have to remember that. Thank you.
So just put an S by the number for slowed.
No, I'll remember.
Which
I remembered. Okay.
was probably a good
All right.
choice.
What do you do?
honestly.
One of the sheep is
I'm
attacked.
contemplating doing something.
Give me a con save
How
of
much damage did you do?
13.
Okay.
I am contemplating doing something.
I don't get to add my
Got it.
intelligence modifier to damage until level 10, so yeah, 13.
Okay.
All right, that big one. Because it looks like the biggest
Okay, wait.
threat.
Are you shooting the same one that she shot, or are you?
I'm
shooting-
using a spell on it, but yes.
Okay,
She did not shoot the
But-
big one.
So which one are you
that's
targeting?
what I'm saying. Because the big
The
one.
Wyvern is
the
a big one. The others are all Periton.
Okay, see, I thought she was shooting.
5,
No.
10.
That's why she did the roll.
Correct.
Okay.
I did not want to draw the ire of the
No,
wyvern.
I had her do a
It's
roll of
ugly.
Arcana. To
I will draw the wyverns to me.
40, 45,
Part of the wyvern, yes.
50,
Yeah, it's a wyvern.
Yes, I will draw it to me.
60. So,
Watch out for their poison.
60
And there's-
squared.
I have something for this.
I think I am going to shoot at the wyvern anyway.
Okay.
So, say it's 60 feet up.
plus.
It is 60 feet up in the air, and however far away from you it is.
So count the distance away.
Squared.
50. It's about 50 feet away.
Okay.
So it's 50 away, 60
All right.
up.
I'm going to use the shatter spell. I need a con
So
save.
you need about 80 foot in your range. It's 50
Yeah,
foot away
that's
and
it.
60 foot up.
Did I
Yes,
do that wrong?
it's over.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
And then divided by 2.
Yes.
All right, I just got 20 feet
Whoa.
closer, so that's 60.
What did you come up with?
Well, if you're 50 feet away and they're 60 feet up, then they're 3,050 feet away.
What?
No.
What
Yeah,
did you
that's
do?
wrong.
Forgot the division.
I did do
Oh,
that.
no, wait. It's not division. You got to square root it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I said divided.
Anyway, I
You
got 20
said
feet
it and
closer.
that sounded right.
I can
Like,
math.
okay.
I got
Yes.
20 feet closer. That should put me in range. I cast Shatter.
Shadow's got a distance of,
60.
yes, you should be.
I'm trying to put it like right next to its head so it'll like discombobulate it. Need a con save.
It's a natural 20.
Fuck.
It still takes half or?
Yes.
I believe it does.
Yeah, because it's Sonic.
It takes half.
It's Sonic.
That's 8. Alright, so that's 14, so it takes 7 damage.
Takes 7 damage?
Yes.
What do you rolled 18?
I rolled 14.
14? Okay, I thought you said you rolled 18.
No.
So,
No, you rolled an 8 and then a 6.
Okay. Is there any tertiary effect to that I need to know?
Not if you made the save.
Not if it's saved? Okay, gotcha. Alright, that's gonna be you. And now it is the wyvern's turn.
Oh, and-
boy! Yes.
Bonus action. I want to give inspiration to Tor.
Okay. Tor, you have inspiration.
So this is actually 69.46 feet away from me.
From where you are?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Go ahead.
You probably won't have to worry about that too soon.
I'm planning on getting
I'm
some
using
inspiration
one
for
way.
myself.
So,
Let's see here. It is a hunting.
Give me one.
Let's see here.
Here you go.
10,
And yours is
20.
attack only or?
25.
I'm a lore bard, so
So,
it's
okay.
yeah.
And
It's only attack.
it stops flapping its wings so that it comes into a full dive towards you, Nash. The air just kind of billowing all around it as it lands at you, kicking up a cloud of dust, and the wind gushes past you with a dust kicking up into the air, almost blinding you.
I have to wait till my turn to cast a bonus action, correct?
Yes.
Yes, unfortunately.
It's not like a trap card in Yu-Gi-Oh.
If you had a reaction, then that's.
You've activated my trap card.
Yeah, I think that will.
Alright, so it lands in front of you.
Alright.
And there's not quick play spell cards. You can just play from your hand.
Right, and
I have one.
okay, let's see here.
It's reaction.
Hey,
See, quick play.
Nash, does a 27 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Maybe if you added something.
Wow,
to
that's
it.
terrible. You take 10 piercing damage.
You were 15 feet away. You did not get his
I
bonus.
know, you moved
No.
5
I had to
foot
move.
too far.
Did you hear me?
Yes.
10 piercing damage as it just reaches down and just chomps into you. And at first, yes.
I'd like to use a reaction to give it a penalty on the damage roll.
He's using cutting word.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I need to reread that.
He can use cutting word to reduce the damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
as
But
reaction.
you can use it on yourself?
Okay.
Yes. Or yes, cutting
Yeah,
word you
you can
can
use
use
on
on yourself. You can't inspire yourself, but you can cutting word.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I gotta-
roll your
for D8.
inspiration die, and you will reduce the damage by that.
You're a D8.
It should be a D8.
Yeah, I was checking because I haven't had to use it in a while. Hey!
Okay,
Okay.
so instead of that, you take 2 piercing damage. This thing seems very confident, as though it feels as though it got you really well.
Got you real good.
But instead, you duck under at the last second, feeling, very spry as the razor-like teeth just graze your shoulder. And none too happy about this.
I can imagine.
Let's see here. Oh, I did that wrong. Oops. Hang on. Does a 23 hit you?
Yes.
My bad. Okay, so that still would have hit you.
It still would have.
I
I could've-
I misread the attack.
Yeah, I could have done it to
I'm
the
sorry about that.
attack roll, but I didn't think I'd get an 8.
His AC is not amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not terrible, but it's not amazing.
All right, so none too happy about that. It kind of whirls in
Average.
place on its feet,
Don't you have studded leather?
stomping around, kicking up more dust. As wow, holy shit!
Yes.
Does a 23 hit you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, as at first it was hidden behind its huge leathery wings, but as it turns on the balls of its feet, this spike comes around its shoulder and just jabs right into you.
Fuck.
For let's
Yeah,
see
there's
here.
this thing I was worrying about.
Snake eyes. Oh my god. That's
Thank
so
God.
bad. Oh, that's awful.
Dude, if you'd waited on your cutting
You
word,
take 6 piercing
you wouldn't have
damage,
taken any damage, and
Doesn't the bite
therefore,
also-
and I need you to make a Constitution save.
and therefore
Oh,
you didn't have to
good.
make the save.
I thought the bite also dealt poison.
Nope.
Hey.
I always get
That
that
is a
wrong with
19.
dragons.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
a tail.
His AC is
Pass.
16, so
Yes.
you'd have to roll
So
really high.
instead of oh wow, holy shit. So instead of what's about to happen right now, you're only going to take half. Yep. Okay.
Cool.
Okay, let's see here. 10, 11. Good thing too. Holy shit.
Right.
16, 18, 23. 23 halved. You take 11 poison damage.
Wow, 76 poison. That's a wicked tail.
Wyverns are dangerous.
Yes.
Maybe I should cut
Yes,
its
they
tail
are.
off.
Okay, so that was the wyvern's turn.
Hi guys.
Can we target a area?
It's Mike.
I don't have a mechanic for that in D&D 5e, unfortunately.
Wait, what?
I was asking if we could target a specific area so that I could cut its tail off.
If this was anything like Monster Hunter, then yes.
All right, so now it's going to be number 3 in the back there. So
Which,
Okay, you would have to make a called shots roll.
yes, that thing that he just said that I totally understand.
If we play DCC, you can just do it if
Yeah.
you're a fighter, because that's like their entire gimmick.
Or a
It is-
paladin.
Let's see here.
Paladins get 2 also.
No, they don't. They get extra damage. They get smite. They do a bunch of damage when they hit things that are unholy.
Yeah.
That's the paladin's gimmick. They don't get lead die.
So
I don't get. What, really?
Yeah.
After the wyvern jabs you pretty well, and you seem to be reeling from the poison that's coursing through your veins, that your body is desperately trying to fight off, you feel another rush of wind as through the clouds of dust, a peryton comes sailing towards you at full speed.
Are these like on the ground? They don't like attack and then fly off again?
No,
Peryton's a flyby.
No, I mean,
Ow, shut up, hang on.
Maybe they do, maybe
told me
they
I
don't.
haven't rolled it yet. It would have to attack it and then fly off.
You told me that.
I didn't tell you that.
Yes, you did.
Oh yeah, I did tell you that on your nature check. I did tell him that. I just didn't actually use the mechanical word flyby, which is a passive ability that they have.
well, I was sort of asking that if that wyvern was still on the ground.
Oh yeah, the weapon's still on the ground.
The wyvern is still on the ground.
Well, it's gonna get stomped into the ground.
It's gonna get fucked up.
Well, I mean, I'm playing the wyvern as aggressive.
The wyvern
and
actually
reckless,
does land
because they
and
are.
actually attack. It doesn't do a flyby.
I don't think they have the ability to.
No, it doesn't. It thinks it's a dragon.
It thinks it's a fucking hard ass. They are aggressive and reckless.
Which is why real dragons say, nah, they're not real dragons. Fuck
Okay.
them.
Let's see.
They suck.
They keep them as pets.
No, that
Or
was
if it's a really old dragon, it keeps a younger dragon as a pet.
That's what I should have done. Damn it.
What was it? You're gonna do something cute? Alright, go ahead.
No, I should
Okay.
have readied since it was
First.
so far.
Oh
out.
my god. Oh, wow. Does a 24 hit
Is it
you?
a champion?
Yes.
No, but
Is it a champion?
it did fly more than 30 feet in a straight line towards you.
It's a
So
charge.
unfortunately, yeah, kind of. It's a.
It has
it's a dive
charge. Enemies have charges. Can't have charge.
No. They're really cool. Nash is gonna get really hurt by this.
Yeah.
attack. You take 16 piercing damage as it leans in with its antlers,
This is why
and then.
This is why I said I turn into a giant owl and start flyby and attack everything but charge.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yeah.
Because it's
Right after the
ridiculous.
horns come its talons as it like jerks up, like almost staggering you backwards as its talons reach up and rake across your chest for. Oh, that's actually kind of not that bad. Oh,
Wait, is, a
Thank
peryton,
God.
is a peryton a beast or is it a monstrosity?
It's
That's
monstrous.
monstrosity. 5 piercing damage.
Druids need more
Wait,
options.
piercing damage?
Yep.
Talons.
They get
Wouldn't that be
more
slashing damage,
options
though, if it's
than
Yeah.
like the covered.
It's kind of like a cat.
yeah, we'll just say piercing damage.
Because they add things just randomly that are beasts.
True.
As it then proceeds to. How many feet does it have? It has. It flies then 25 feet up into the air.
Okay.
Cool. I can't
Do you want to
jump
do
on
an attack of opportunity? Guess what? You can't! They have flyby.
I was gonna. I wasn't.
that. He can't because he uses reaction on cutting word.
That too. Yeah. Sucks. It sucks.
Now, can other people, if they wind up going by them, or just not the person? I mean, is it just not the one they attacked, or not anyone?
After it attacks,
Um,
it does not provoke.
Straight up, flyby. The peryton doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity when it flies out of an enemy's reach.
Out of an enemy's reach.
Yes. That's what it
You are
says.
technically an enemy, so it would be flying out of your reach.
Alright, speaking of you, it is your turn. Tor.
Okay. So that thing is 25 foot straight up then?
It is 25 feet straight up off the ground.
Alright.
Technically, it would be like maybe like almost 30 feet because it didn't have to scrape the ground
Alright.
to
So
hit
move
him.
me to just this side of Toby's character, please.
Are you looking real hurt?
In one hit.
Right here?
Yeah, I'm pretty hurt.
Wow, I'm defaulting you guys out our healer.
Man.
I am a healer. No, you're not.
Sorta.
Sort of, but no, you're not.
Bards do not make for the best of healers. They are
They're
somewhat there.
decent.
If you build them that way.
They're decent.
Well, I mean, anybody.
Damn it, man, I'm a spy, not a doctor.
Druids and bards can be good healers if you
Alright.
take a level in lifeguard.
Let's do something there. Alrighty.
You also get heavy armor.
I need a wisdom save out of it.
Okay. Oh my god.
Did it roll real good?
I don't know what is your DC?
16, 15.
I rolled 17.
Roll hard or roll good?
I still like proficiency 3 at level 7.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
You get proficiency 4 at level 9.
3 and 4 is 7.
Yeah, your save
plus
gets
8 is 15, so yeah.
It rolled 17, unfortunately.
It goes up about every 4 levels.
I think it goes up again at 10 or 8.
12.
12?
Goes up at 9 and 12.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Hold on.
what's happening? What's your charisma?
I think he's doing a spell, but I'm not sure.
Well, I kind of figured that if you had me roll a save.
It could have been like super poison. And that just gets to go off.
Hey, whose music is that?
That's my medicine music.
Oh, okay. It's very soothing.
So what are you doing? What's
appropriate.
happening?
I was trying to compel duel it.
Oh.
Okay, so it was.
I thought you were using command telling it to land.
It's already
It's already
landed.
landed.
Well,
Okay.
I thought it was using imperative.
Alright, so, does 19 hit it?
Compel duel is a bonus action?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Does a what hit it now?
19?
Yes.
Would wyverns be more of an ambush predator? No.
Not really. They think they're hot
So, 15 points of damage
shit. Okay.
for my first attack. And
They're like the opposite of manticores.
do I
have
call
a
you
mega
bardic before I roll
I have
it?
a mega
Or
magic
can I
roll.
roll
No,
it
you
then?
can.
I also have
Add
a
it
wyvern.
as
in
long
my
as he's not
box.
said I've missed.
I believe you can add as long as he is said you have not used.
Alright, so I'll roll, then I'll definitely add that. Oh, goodness, shit. So 12 doesn't hit the damn thing, I'm sure.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
As you. What are you using right now?
The longsword.
Okay. As you bring your long sword, you rake it across it, and you get a good hit in there, and it scrapes off of its hardened scales, and you come back around for a second hit, and it seems to see it coming this time as it rears back, kicking up dust, preventing you from connecting. Okay, so that's you.
Second attack?
That was the second attack.
Oh.
First attack I hit.
Number 1. Let's see here.
Okay, he's been slowed down by 10 feet.
I know. I'm working on it. Here. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay, that works out. Alright. Okay. Hey, Tor, does a 21 hit you?
21 does.
Okay. And a 9 is not. So the antlers hit you, but the talons miss you. The good Lord sent you. And did move more than 30 feet in a line toward you.
Paradins would be more terrifying if they had poison.
Okay, let's see here. That's 12, 17.
Then again, that's true of most things.
Plus 3.
Think of like a
You
deer that
take
could poison you with
20
its
piercing
antlers.
damage as it comes out of nowhere, catching you off guard as it flies like almost under in perfect synchronization the flapping wings of the wyvern in front of you, and just comes in, like gets right in between your shield as you're trying to fend off the wyvern, and jabs you in the shoulder with its antlers. And as it flies off, it tries to scrape you with its talons and misses, and you take 20 piercing damage.
Got it.
Okay, so that's that. Galen, you're up.
Oh, I found out. What'd you roll?
Oh,
wait,
also it flies. I'd said before. It flies up 10 feet in the air. And do you want to do an attack? Oh, too bad you can't. Too bad.
You can't.
Well, I want to stand directly below him, but
Well, those things are up in the air.
You can. You can stand there. You can stand.
yeah, I know, but it would be difficult on the board. So
It would
we're just
be.
gonna stand there and put him in either.
Just put a X under you, that way we know where it is.
Anyway, I attacked the wyvern normally
Okay.
with my greatsword with Morning Mist. Galen draws Morning Mist, smiles, and it runs up to the wyvern. That is a hit.
All right.
That's an 18 on the dice.
That
So
will hit, yes.
I rolled 2 4s, so. And I'm going to make it a tripping attack.
Okay. What's your save, and what is the save type?
It is a strength save.
Now hang on. You can do that to large creatures, yes?
Yes, I can do it
Okay,
to
good.
one size larger than me. I can't do
Gotcha.
it to huge creatures.
Okay, well, it fails absolutely miserably as you come in, raking your sword underneath its foot as it's backing off from Tor.
What's this?
And
Yeah, move
it
this
just
wyvern and put the card there. That way you know he's laying down.
slumps down into a heap. How much damage did you do?
Because quite often when you lay
22?
them down, they take up so much space. So the card makes it simpler,
Okay.
especially for like huge guys.
And
First
from
attack.
my second attack, I will put all my weight behind. Galen puts all his weight behind this blow
It
to
does.
come down for a power blow.
It does count as prone right now. Its neck has been exposed to be cut.
Rolled a 5 and a 6.
What is it altogether?
That is plus 4. It's a 10. Then I did not hit.
It's a 10 altogether?
Yeah. Wait.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because minus 5 to my roll.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And I rolled a 6. I really want to gauge. Galen saw that Tor almost hit this, and he wants to gauge how big its defenses is, so he'll push a little harder.
You're going to make it a precision attack?
Yes, there's a 13 hit.
A 13 meets. So
It-
as you go in to strike at its exposed bit of neck, you feel at first yourself slipping and you have poor footing, but you dig your heel in harder and bring your sword down, just barely
Oh.
catching between the scaly plates of its flesh.
I rolled a 1, so I'm going to reroll that,
Okay.
and now I rolled a 2, so that's way better.
That's way better. It's one more damage than you did.
He did
That's
twice
22
as much.
damage.
20.
He did a whole twice as much as what he rolled originally.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
How good? How's this thing looking?
It is bleeding pretty profusely from its neck and does not look happy about it.
I'm gonna action search.
Okay. It's still counted as prone, right?
One. Galen continues to put his weight behind it. Gonna cut this thing's neck off.
It's on the back side of it, or the side side.
Yeah.
I found it.
I rolled a 2. I rolled a 17 on the die, so I imagine a 21 hits.
Yes.
I rolled good that time.
Real good.
11 plus 16 equals 27.
27 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Still up. But screeching in immense pain, like almost rupturing your eardrums as you are right next to it.
Galen grins ear from ear to know that this is the death blow. Puts all his weight behind it. It's a 16 on the die, so that is 9 plus 6 is 15. 25.
25 to hit.
25 damage. I rolled a 16 plus 4, 20 to hit.
That will hit, and so okay. Here's what happens.
He went about cutting off its head and did it.
So with your first hit, you drew an immense amount of blood, and the creature begins to wriggle and writhe underneath you. And you bring it back around, and you bring it down again, and you create a massive gash, and the creature starts beginning screeching in this ear-rupturing, horrible noise.
Chop that wood. Chop that wood.
And it's the claws of the talons of its wings scraping the ground, desperately trying to get away from you. And as it does, you take one step forward and bring it down again, and your blade cuts into it, and it stops moving.
If only you had a Vorpal sword.
If you've seen Harry Potter,
Mm-hmm.
you know nearly headless Nick.
Mm-hmm.
That's this dragon right now, Wyvern.
Well,
Well, technically in the book it is classified as a dragon, although no dragon would actually admit to that.
Ready your attacks for when the
He-
little ones come in.
he get Galen looks behind him, sees the one that's 10 feet up in the air, He uses his interact with object and grabs a hand axe and he uses his bonus action and chucks it at it.
Okay.
You can do that with a bonus action?
Great weapon master.
Oh.
Does a 17 hit.
It does.
That is 9 damage.
That's number 3. Okay.
I think it was number 1.
I'm gonna make that menacing attack.
That one there?
Oh wait, do I have
No, that was 25
He
foot
said
up.
10
I don't have that.
Now,
Okay.
hold on a second. Are you aiming at this one here or that
He
one?
said 10 foot up. That
Okay.
one's 25 foot up. That
Okay.
one's 10 foot up.
Gotcha. How much damage did you do?
Wait a second. I'm gonna make that trip attack because you can do that in range attacks
What?
and try to knock it out of there.
Basically, he would hit it dead in the wing, throwing its
Go
arrow.
ahead and throw the extra D8 on
Control
top of
off.
that damage real quick.
Do you want me to look it up?
No, just throw the extra D8 damage on
I'm
top.
telling you how it happens. He hits it in the wing and messes it.
So how much damage altogether?
That's 16 damage.
Okay, guess what? It's dead. If it's number 1, that's only 10.
So I cut its wing off.
You sever its wing and it comes comes careening out of the ground, careening to the ground, landing head first with a. That probably would have had more effect if I just made the noise instead of
Or on
clapping.
the table here.
Yeah, basically.
Or, like,
Rest in peace, headphone users.
That works.
Close enough.
Okay. So after you.
Galen actually doesn't look happy. Like he sighs real heavily.
Why?
It's too easy.
It is.
You got 4 attacks and ended it.
it's dinner.
5!
They're unnatural.
5 attacks!
It's too easy,
He was going
Tor.
to throw the thing.
Okay, number 2's turn. It flies away. The biggest beast is felled and one of its own
Fuck
is
this
gone. It flies away. Back at the top, Caitlin, it's your turn.
Kitty,
I'm gonna shoot the one that's still flying.
Okay.
do it.
One of those two is gone.
Oh, yes.
Just looks on the board.
Yeah, that one. Yep. Perfect.
That's a 20 to hit.
It'll hit. Oh, yeah.
Another 13 damage. And it's also slowed by 10 feet.
But also floor die.
Yep.
Okay.
Did you slow that one before it did its flyby attack before?
Number 1?
Yes.
Yes.
Number 1, yeah.
Yes. And it only moved a total of 50 feet.
It gets really good fly speed.
Yeah. They have really good fly speeds. Now
That's right, it doesn't change its
Hello.
it's your turn now.
good affair for the, or they might not have that.
They seem like they've got this well in hand. I'm gonna do a heal.
You're gonna do a heal?
I'm gonna do a heal.
You're gonna do a big heal.
I'm gonna do a big heal.
Gonna do a heal.
That's
Don't worry,
gonna be my
guys.
turn as I'm healing.
Okay.
Don't worry, guys. I got
Roll
this. I'm
that
gonna do
and
a
write it
heal.
down.
Okie dokie.
Okay. It's the wyvern's turn. The wyvern bleeds out and finally stops wriggling. The last little bit of death throes. And then it's number 3's turn. It flies that way, 100 feet. Because it's slowed by 10 feet, so it gets 100 feet instead of 120 feet. And I mean, are you guys gonna chase it down?
I want to.
So how far away is it?
100 foot,
You never leave an injured animal.
It's 100.
still within bow range.
It is 100 feet away.
Yeah, I will drop my great sword and I will pull out that bow.
It is kind of like the hunter's coat. Never
Alright,
leave an
well-
injured animal.
Actually, Tor would be next.
Okay.
Do you want to?
I will move 10 foot toward it and cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay. Does it have a save or does that just happen?
That just happens.
Just
Okay.
like X.
Is that all you do for this turn?
Actually, before I will tap you and say you'll feel better and give you about 15 points back.
Hey.
And then move up and
That
do it.
is Hunter's Mark a bonus action?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then yes, you can do both.
Sweet.
Okay, you.
Galen will stab
Not
his
actually
great sword in the
Not
ground,
actually
knowing that
poison.
that's terrible for it, but he thinks it's magic, so it's okay. That's dropping the weapon. He pulls out his longbow and he moves 30 feet toward the thing and he shoots at it.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Does a 19 hit?
A 19 does in fact hit.
8 damage. Wait.
Does it take extra damage from your hunter's mark or?
Only if
just
he
for me.
attacks it.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna trip attack it.
Okay.
It takes 12 damage.
And let's see here. So 12 total.
Yes.
Okay.
I have no dex.
How many feet above the ground did I say it was?
50.
It was 25 and then it flew off 100.
25 feet above the ground at least. So it's a d6 for every 10 feet it falls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember if you.
When you trip something in the air, it falls. That's what I know, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Quit it knowing
I'll go
it.
ahead and bump it up to 3d6 because it would be flying upward at an angle, trying to reach and get
I
up to the
did
tree
look
line.
up how fast you fell in
That's
6
crazy.
seconds, and it's pretty far.
Okay, that's a three.
um, actually, that's probably a Googleable question.
Okay, well, that was your turn. Caitlin.
Still alive.
I'm gonna shoot it again.
Wait, no, I can shoot it again. It fell on the ground?
It fell on the ground in the middle of the trees 100 feet that way.
Oh, I can't see it anymore.
I mean, you can try
Rapid
and give me a
spaghetti.
perception
I can
check.
find it if you wish.
Okay, perception check.
No, I don't see it. 11.
You're not sure where it landed.
It's it might attack someone if we don't take care of it.
Yes, it is a wounded animal. Wounded animals tend to do that.
Mm-hmm. That's a net 20.
On what?
I have one
perception.
at home. Do we need one?
Apparently they're just getting a lot of like, pops.
But
They're getting a lot of pops in the mics. We need to put a pop filter on it.
I was getting pops all the way over there.
Well, from me and Alan and Austin.
pops.
Like when you say something with a B or a P or a K, you know, it
Or would you be box?
yes.
Anyways.
I don't know.
Yes, you can see where it's like slumping to its feet, but where it is in the forest, how far away it is, it would have 3/4 cover between all the trees between you.
That means nothing to me.
Fuck, you're a spell sniper, that's right. Damn it, forgot.
Dang.
I wanted one thing to live, and then
One did.
576
One
feet.
flipped
Fall 576 feet in 6 seconds.
That's a lot.
Wow.
Damn.
That's
son.
20 to hit.
Yeah, it'll hit.
I have to find it though. I don't know where it is.
I can find it.
Pop filter.
Oh, that I don't know.
7 whole
I
damage.
didn't track that.
As it's like slumping up through some broken branches and leaves.
It feels really cold.
What attack did you
It
do?
feels really cold.
What
Ray of
attack?
Frost.
Ray of
okay.
Frost, too.
You shoot your icy blue beam and just.
Alright, it's dead. Should we go get it?
There are items on it that would possibly be useful to people in town. The horns, I don't know if the Fletcher would use that. Does it have feather wings or leather wings?
It has feather wings.
So the Fletcher
Wyvern,
could
however,
use it.
Has
is
leather.
very scaly and leathery, and there's a bunch of
I mean, now,
things.
wyvern leather armor, now that's cool.
The Wyvern, a nat 20 to try and get the, so it's a 25 survival, to try and get the poison sac out of its tail.
Okay, you do.
You could just cut its tail
Hey,
off
real
and start
quick,
stabbing
Steve,
people
what's your
with it.
alignment
Not
again?
about it. My alignment is neutral good. With the poison, you need the poison
To make an egg.
to make an antidote.
Okay.
That's where I'm going with that. I'm
Okay.
not using it as an attack item.
Although it does work better if it's from a living creature.
It does. But I'm sure the alchemists in town can still make it function.
Well, it is a fresh kill, so it probably is still good for a while.
Hopefully we'll be in town in time to where it will, yes.
Before you guys are the next. Wait, where are you guys? The next city coming up is Etherdale, and it's about a day's travel away.
It should still be decent by that time. How long does it take for a poison site to spoil?
I have no idea.
It is a rather delicate.
I do have an
Neat
herbalist
item.
kit. Would that be sufficient to try and make the antidote myself?
I'll give you advantage.
What?
He also
Well,
has herbalism and
I'm a
training with
hermit,
it.
so that means I get.
Yes, but I don't
Herbalism
think
kit.
herbalism kit proficiency would work for that. Because what you're talking about is like roots and berries and herbs and plants.
So
Unless you want to get a poisoner's kit, so I guess that would.
I would say a poisoner's kit or an alchemy kit proficiency would work for that.
is there actually an alchemist kit?
Yes,
Yes, there
there's
is
an
actually.
alchemist kit and alchemist kit proficiency.
Okay.
How
Then I
bad is
have
the
something
pop?
I can start researching. Awesome.
I don't know.
Right.
But you also have to buy.
How bad is the
practice
pop,
with it.
guys?
I'm sorry?
We're asking the chat.
Oh. How poppy is the pop? Like Coke level, Pepsi level, or more like Diet Sprite?
So anyways, if you guys want to take a break now to order food, that would be a good time. It is 8:17.
Right, so that would then be a survival of 21 to try and keep it as fresh as possible.
Well, I've already
That's where we
eaten,
need
so let's keep playing.
You've already eaten. I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah, there's also tea in the fridge if you want some.
Well, we can have them deliver it. Just pay the extra. That way we can continue going after making the call.
I bought
Right,
green
it's always
tea
an option,
and
yes.
regular sweet tea. It's in the fridge
But
if you want
first we would
it.
have to decide what we want and then order it.
Just want a regular ass beef pizza.
And
So
I
Artsy doesn't hear it, but Chris does.
have a little bit to put in on it. So
That's weird. Mike also says he doesn't have.
so it might be Chris's system, but
My drummer was listening for a minute and he heard it, but they're also wearing headphones and Chris probably is
It's
too.
probably headphones. That's what it is.
headphones. Oh no. We don't know.
And probably only detectable by headphone.
Probably.
So we'll get it. It's not a priority though. Get it. We'll have it next week, folks.
Maybe.
Here's a 20. I want pizza.
Well, I mean,
the same thing you guys normally get is fine by me. I enjoy all of it except the nasty shit you get.
What is wrong with a pineapple and jalapeno pizza?
The easier question is what is right with it.
It's delicious.
It's perverted.
It also had barbecue sauce. It was great.
they die, and Galen is sad because it was too easy.
One of them ran
Oh, you
away.
want me to challenge you, do you?
Bring out the four-headed chimera.
You want me to challenge you, huh?
Galen lives for the fight.
Oh, yeah,
You want to
raisins.
be challenged?
Free
I didn't
raisins.
drop it.
Hey, good catch.
You hear that, guys? You want? Did you cut that out? Don't interrupt me when I'm being smart,
Hey.
goddamn.
And now it's this one. No way.
Hey, Alex, you don't think I don't challenge you guys?
No, you absolutely do.
No.
I'm okay.
He and I talked about shit. He's like, okay, how can I kill them? It's not challenge.
Hey, I don't.
You attempt to murder, don't lie.
The only time that
Well-
I expect you guys to die is if you do something really dumb, and I just set up those opportunities all the
You
time.
mean like attacking the
Big bads
satyrs
of the
that
story?
that we've been hunting for days because they're right
We're
there?
whittling them down.
We got one of them, and he's not going to come back according to a certain dragon we
We
talked
got
about.
mom and dad too.
Yeah, you killed 3/4. You killed 3/5 of the family.
We're
Awesome.
genociding a family. Don't worry about it.
Well, the family is evil, so it's okay. All right.
Oh, it's okay for evil.
Yes, it is. According to my lawfully good paladin. Violence is never the answer unless they're evil. Remember that, kids.
I mean, that seems kind of oddly specific in a way.
Okay.
I mean, how do you prove that they're evil? What if they're all good in their own story?
I know.
I was too busy eating these raisins.
You are.
So, question. Where are we getting pizza from? Pizza Hut?
Papa John's. I always get pizza from Papa John's.
I'm not even opposed to Little Caesars.
Good thing I'm not eating that shit.
Oh yeah, you're not eating, so your vote doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So Pizza Hut.
I honestly don't really like Papa John's. Well, not Papa John's, Little Caesars.
It's nasty.
It's pretty bad.
It's really cheap though.
It's the McDonald's of pizza.
It's worse than
Yeah.
McDonald's. I would rather eat McDonald's than Little Caesars.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
McDonald's,
See, I like McDonald's.
McDonald's has
So-
actually
Okay.
increased their quality of their food over the
Beyond
last
that,
decade.
We need to make our order.
It is
call
now
it
better
in
than Little
so we can
Caesars.
continue on.
No.
Okay, who's placing the order?
Not me, because I always fuck it up somehow.
I'm not even saying it's your fault. Just
It's
that
bad juju.
there's juju surrounding you where the order seems to get wrong. So
That's fine.
who's
I
gonna
understand.
bite the bullet and call it?
My phone is dead.
Why don't you
I
put
don't mind
us
calling,
on,
but
put on the, we'll be right back.
BRBs.
Yeah, you want to? Okay.
Gonna get that burb screen.
Oh yeah, I actually have to implement the burp screen.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
while we're on break, you can do this. Google Jack F. Witcher. The emblem is on Google Images.
What are you talking about?
I tried sending it to you, but you don't have an email.
So he can put it on there.
Yeah.
His dad did ask that we.
Well,
Advertise
It's
for
for
his.
So he can, but the thing is, he can write off the electricity we use and anything else we use while we're in here, as long as we put his logo up.
Everybody
I
wins.
did not realize that.
Yep. Alright, so you wanted a large.
Regular ass beef
Steve,
pizza.
if I give you my phone, you
her charity is charity too.
Regular beef, is that what you said?
Yep. small
Most of them are anymore.
Okay,
One
we'll
next
just order
their
Domino's
place
next
is
time.
on that strip mall.
It's
So,
a strip mall, but it's still
Any
gas station
objections
size.
to my
Yeah.
my addition?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right,
your
so
mother
the
is
total's
not
gonna be
traveling alone.
$39.69.
Well,
Put my money in.
And we
That's
got
35.
right here. So I put in 5.
I
Alex
put in
a
20.
bunch, or put in 10. Alan put in a bunch.
Yeah, Alan. Here. I'll throw another phone.
No, I got a 5. I got to put in there.
Well, I mean, we still need.
We need to
more
pay
than that
the. Yeah.
Oh, he's already getting $3 for delivery. I mean, they do. He gets $3 to bring it. So that from there to here.
I still tip.
Not when they're rude to me on the damn phone. I say, you want to
It's
tip
not your
damn
driver's
manager.
fault.
It's not the delivery person's fault.
Yeah. So I said, talk to your manager.
Just because the manager sucks doesn't mean the driver.
If anything, that
also
means they deserve it more.
I'll give you 5.
Is all 10
because-
supposed to go in this, or?
I'll give you 5, and I'll eat like a slice.
That's way more than enough.
sucks. Let's say that's.
Here you go, Alex.
What? I'm put that in for the tip.
You don't
They already
need a
put 10.
$10 tip.
How much is tip is he getting with that?
20, 30, 40, and we're at friggin' $10 right now. Because Toby put 10 in.
No, I put 5 in.
Now you handed me 2 5s.
That you did.
No, I only have 1 5. That's all I had. I had $10. I gave one. I gave
Oh,
him
yeah.
10. Yeah,
Austin gave you a 5.
yeah. He gave a 5.
Oh,
And
yeah,
said
I
he was gonna
gave
eat a
him.
slice.
I gave him a folded up 5 earlier. Did I give you 2 5s by accident?
No, you gave me 1 5, and then Austin put in a 5.
Okay. If you handed him 2 folded 5s, yes, you gave him 10.
That's entirely possible that I meant that.
Because when you handed it to me, you handed me 2 folded 5s. I know what I fucking opened.
Okay, well then hand it to me because I need to give one back to him then because I
Alright,
gave
so-
him the 10.
That going back that way still leaves him with a $5 tip.
That's good.
The bill is 40.
That sounds like a good tip.
And it's still $5 and change.
It's $8. Not bad for.
No, it's $5. It's $5.31.
He gets $1 per minute. 5-minute trip.
Okay, that's not bad at all. Alright,
Okay.
that's fine. Okay.
We're back, motherfuckers.
Welcome back. Roll to hit gaming. Dun 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 dun
There's always an
dun.
adventure with us.
Food always is.
It always is.
Unless we
Anyways.
bring it ahead of time. Yeah, pretty much.
What now?
Unless we bring it ahead of time. Yeah, pretty much.
No, I mean even if we.
You know, you could order in the car when you're driving up.
With what service?
All the service.
Well, I mean, there's only not any service at the end of the trip. Order when you get in the car.
Pretty much as
His
soon
phone
as.
gets no service. I'm driving, and his phone is dead.
Yeah, as soon as we pass the McDonald's, I have no service.
You're on your phone all the time, so I guess what, playing a game or something?
Usually listen to music.
Well, my music's not good enough for you?
How dare you?
You got something against my music?
What did you say? I heard you.
Why does XSplit use so much of my PC?
XSplit just eats up a lot of CPU, dude.
How do I fix this problem? Anyway, whatever.
Kill as many other things that the computer is doing as possible. Are you using Windows 10?
Yeah.
Okay, well there's your problem because it's probably a secret.
Xsplit does not like Windows 10.
Hold on. Because there's probably a Cortana thing running in the background that you don't even know about,
Yeah, I
which
have to
eats
disable
up a fuck ton of
Real.
CPU. And I hate that shit.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
so
Real.
dumb.
Because they keep track of all kinds of stuff.
that. World 8 gaming where we argue about politics and argue over pizza.
Yeah, we do
When
already
have we
over pizza.
argued about politics?
PC use?
We
Anyway,
argue over gaming.
anyway,
There's our
We
politics.
mostly.
we're on the.
That's our politics.
We just killed
You talking
a
about-
wyvern
In
and a
game.
bunch of things.
Okay.
Ratings.
You guys wanted to get the antlers and shit off of the peritons that you killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might
Okay,
as well just
uh,
bring back their whole carcasses with us.
Just give me whoever is going to roll with advantage if someone assists you.
Right, Alex. I was working on the.
You got a
poison sack.
25 on the wyvern.
On the poison sack, yeah.
He
You
was
I think
taking
you
care of
can
the
do
stuff for
characters.
wyvern, so I guess that leaves the peritons to you.
Well, I'll look at one. I want to see if it's good to eat. Because I'm a cook.
Okay. Look it over and add your proficiency.
I have survival and cooking and.
There you go.
Oh, I rolled 2. I have no clue.
Oh.
That's
You're
a
not.
7.
You're
Is
not
this like chicken?
Roll
You're not
advantage.
sure. You would guess that it tastes like.
Wait. Being helped.
Is this like chicken or pigeon?
That's an 18. Okay.
18?
We put our heads together.
You put your heads together and you're like, you know what? This probably is like
So,
the ultimate mixture
23.
of fowl and venison.
It's like
Monster meat.
land and sea. Land and
It's foul
sky.
venison.
Hmm?
It's foul venison.
Venify.
Fowl, as in like bird. Bird.
You know what, Caitlin?
Hmm?
We're gonna cook this. What? You're not excited?
I was excited.
Okay.
Haley
Scene.
chimes in.
Scene.
Haley chimes in and says, "You don't seem particularly excited to eat this weird monstrosity that tried to kill us."
Didn't she already freeze one of them?
Yeah. Actually, two.
Save it for later.
Scene.
And scene. All right.
But that
So-
was excitement.
Whose book is this?
That's mine.
Why is your book in the middle of the
Because
I hate doing the water.
Now it's all wet. How dare you?
How dare.
How dare I? Soon dare? What? Okay. There's another pretty uneventful day of traveling the next day, and then you reach. Oh god, what's it called? Etherdale. Yay. Etherdale, you might remember, is the city where you first got rumors of the Scarlet Harlot having freed herself and ran off, which led you to then find that weird group of thuggish sorts who Haley was hanging out with at the time.
Yeah.
Memories.
I miss Valeris.
They're all dead now.
Or not Valeris. I miss
Mars.
Baris. All V named.
All people with V names sound the same to you? Yeah.
Well, actually, it's pretty similar. Valeris, Varys.
There are similarities, yeah, except I didn't name my character after a Game of Thrones character.
Oh, he's named after. I didn't know that.
Well, there's a
But
character.
then again, I don't watch Game of Thrones.
There's a, well, I mean, I've read the books. There's a character in the book series and the show named Varus the Spider.
It's a horse light, isn't it? It's a horse light.
No.
The light's not in the thing. There's no light in the porch light.
No light bulb?
No light bulb.
No light bulb. Got it. Okay.
Should I burn a light bulb next time?
That's one of the things I need on my list.
Okay.
What kind of light bulb? 60 watt? Would that work?
Just a normal ass light
A
bulb.
yellow,
Yeah, I can use a normal
preferably
light
yellow to
bulb.
keep bugs away.
Right. So, anyways,
I think the only thing I have is a white LED. And that's at home.
Yeah, I've got one. Let's go. As well, maybe between the two of them. One as well.
Hey, you're lucky I asked about needing stuff because I forgot.
okay.
I
So after passing through the city of Etherdale and fondly recalling
The murder of random people.
the murder of random people who crossed
is there an
you,
alchemist shop in town?
Okay.
it's a pretty decent sized city, so you can look around and probably find something. If you want to give me an investigation check real quick.
It's 18.
You find an apothecary pretty easily. And inside is a fairly haggard looking dwarf man. Messing with beakers and vials and what have you.
Here's some vials of mine.
Oh yes, how can I help you, sir?
I had a bit of wyvern trouble on the road.
Aye,
Is that something you have a bit
wyvern.
problems with?
Not particularly.
What an antelope?
They are rather aggressive creatures, but they typically stay away from the cities.
Well, I can. There's the poison sac if you wish to make some antidote in case somebody does have an issue.
So you're just donating this to me?
Why shouldn't I?
You could probably sell it for a good bit.
Strikes me as odd. Normally people bring things into my shop and they want to sell them or
Well,
me to be
I mean, we
paid to
are
make
on our
something.
way to war. If you wish to donate a healing potion or two in trade, that would be more than sufficient.
Give me a persuasion check.
15.
On the die,
That's up to you if you want to count that.
19 total. I haven't been specific with him. Like normally I roll on the book, and if it goes off the book, I don't count it kind of thing, but I haven't been that way with him.
He mulls it over for a second. He's like, all right, I can see that is your aim. Well, tell you what, Wyvern poison sacker is a fairly decent item, so let me see what I can dig out.
Did we bring the carcass of the wyvern with us?
Do I now?
Did we take the dead wyvern with us?
Probably could have.
Why?
The tanner would probably appreciate it.
Hey,
Guys never
wyvern leather
established that
armor
you
would
were.
be pretty kick-ass.
You guys never established that you were. And-
We just took the curtain so we could eat it.
Yeah.
Hey, we could have eaten that.
It absorbed its power.
People eat wolves.
Now, if you were the weapon, wouldn't that
It
kind
was
of
about average.
border on
Actually, well, I'm a
cannibalism?
pretty good cook, so
No, we're different.
14, slightly above
It was a
average.
pretty decent meal, by the way. Galen cooked for you guys, and it's definitely the best Periton you've ever eaten.
Seeing as I was the only
It
one.
might be the only Periton you've ever eaten, but it's pretty decent. You would eat it again.
Haley would walk up and say, that's the best I've ever had.
Periton would eat
A
again.
Periton, anyway.
What was I saying?
Galen's cookery
Um,
place. Yep, might eat there again.
He gives you the one that's 44.
Oh, okay,
For
the
sure.
greater.
We'll go with that one. A greater healing. I do have one of these I can spare for the war effort, I suppose.
Write it up on your taxes.
Was that even a thing around?
As if a lander
No.
believes me. Okay, so the next few, if there's nothing else you guys want to do in the city.
I take Francesca to that breakfast place I ate at with
Oh
Varys.
yeah, that's right, with the blueberry muffins.
Yes.
That,
I know a place with great blueberry muffins.
Oh yeah,
Do I want to sneak along and make his blueberries taste like cranberries?
that would be a crime most heinous. I would make you suffer an alignment check.
These cranberries are gross.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm not kidding. And obfuscate the two of you.
It'd be hilarious.
I think so. You have an otherwise pretty
really
decent
should
morning
do
with
more.
Francesca.
Yeah,
She
How much gold is
Yes,
this?
she will put greater invis on you so that you don't get caught.
1? Less than that?
I mean,
5 silver? 10 silver?
If that's what you wish to do.
10 silver would be a gold.
Yeah, so 1 gold.
No, between the two of you, it's probably only like 5 silver.
I pay for it.
You need to decide.
She.
I'll do it, but instead of cranberry, it tastes like apple. That's very diametrically opposed to how it would normally taste.
Because she's trying to go Dutch on you. You don't really know what that means because you don't know what Dutch is.
3.
She reaches for her wallet as quickly as you reach for yours.
She insists on covering her half of the tab.
Of your muffins that strangely tasted like apple.
Stop it.
No, you weren't there.
Greater
Are
invisibility.
you seriously gonna follow Galen on his date just to mess with him?
It sounds
And
fun.
mess with the success of his date?
And when Haley heard him talking about it, she cast greater invis on him so he didn't get caught. Or
We
so
had a
she
look.
didn't get caught.
We nodded. This was the best plan of stupid thing.
She's a teenager. It's mischief.
Okay.
It's harmless
Hey,
fun.
Haley, I can understand. What's your alignment again?
Neutral.
Neutral?
Just neutral.
It's harmless fun. It doesn't hurt. It's not making the food bad.
The thing is, Haley, I understand. But Caitlin, you know that this has been going on for a second.
Alan alignment.
It's because they haven't gone anywhere with it that I want to mess with it.
You want to impede it because you're frustrated by how slow it's taking?
Oh,
Yes.
In that case, then
Troll logic.
make it taste.
Make it taste like oh shit.
Like
No.
extra blueberry?
What's that fruit? What is the
Passion fruit?
yeah. But there's one that actually does increase your endorphins.
Starfruit?
No.
Would you know what that is?
Papaya?
The little green
Probably not.
Kiwi.
Really?
Kiwi is supposed to actually increase your endorphins. Not like chocolate does, but
Delightful.
Who knew?
I'm learning.
Anyway, so this is a thing that you're doing.
So what's your stealth check?
Greater invisibility.
Yeah, but it still make
it's
noise.
still, yeah, you still.
With the
Oh, yeah.
cast while invisible.
Let's see what Francesca's perception is.
Let's roll with disadvantage.
Jesus.
because they're invisible.
Of course. Wow.
30.
better than
No, 23.
You gave him stealth proficiency with the cat.
That you did.
I'm sorry,
Oh.
Galen.
I'm
It's-
sorry.
It is
It
I
tastes,
swear they
some-
tasted different than this.
somehow
it tastes like kiwi.
months into the future I ruined your date.
It tastes like
Because
kiwi.
I came up with
They're
that.
still quite good. They just.
I swear they tasted in this.
She
They
does
like
look very
blueberry.
confused because like she's biting
You
into
said
it and
blueberry and-
looking at it and it looks like blueberries. Yes, it's strange.
Somebody didn't clean the pot good.
No, they just have a miracle in the kitchen. A guy who can make different fruits taste
Oh
different.
well, they still taste
Step on it.
decent.
It's very strange though.
It is strange.
Galen's looking around but not seeing anything.
I keep it under the table.
Hey Galen, give me a history check real quick.
19.
There's no apples for miles and miles.
I said kiwi.
Oh, okay. Those were
Remember,
Bought into it, it tastes like the flight of the
This is
Comets.
not the first time you've seen this. You remember that certain casters in your group have a spell that can make things temporarily taste like other things. Snow gods. Because you've seen it firsthand and actively helped them in doing
That's
this.
actually my thoughts.
It's
In
like
the
looking
back of your
around.
head, you
Where
think,
the-
about,
where
you
is
think
she?
about that
Where is
weird
she?
shaved ice
She's gotta be
trick
here
that
somewhere.
Caitlin did.
Where is she?
You know,
Yeah.
Francesca,
Yes, Galen?
one of our early adventures is the wizard, Caitlin.
Oh.
She tried making shaved ice
That's something
and
I've-
selling it by flavoring it with magic. It's just these weird blueberries. Weird blueberries remind me of it. It's almost as if Caitlin's like
I wasn't there anymore.
really
before
looking
you even
around.
started. I left after casting it.
It's
Why?
almost-
Why would you do that and not stick around to watch the fruits of your labor come to fruition?
It's just how I work.
But it doesn't last that long. I guess it was
It lasts an hour.
It lasts an hour. And the entire time you're eating, they're going to stay weird flavored.
Why?
So if you save some for later, it'll be really good.
We can order. We can tell the.
Send it back.
Yeah, I'll send it back.
I didn't order kiwi.
I'll tell you. Taste this.
He tastes it and he's very perplexed. It's like, I just served you blueberry muffins, yes?
Yes.
It tastes like kiwi fruit,
Return to the available.
which don't,
I believe
don't even grow in Castus.
I
actually.
believe I know what happened. I'll pay
I don't
for
know
the
what
new
you're
ones.
talking
It's- I feel somehow responsible for this.
No, there's clearly something wrong with these. I will take care of it, sir. Anything for a night, of course. And he trots
Wow,
off.
we could regularly
Very
go around
quickly.
and screw around and get free food.
And
That's not a thing we should do.
a little while later, you are brought fresh.
Then you would
Hot.
chaotic.
I leave him a big tip. I leave him yeah,
Monsieur.
I leave him a 1 gold tip.
Wow.
That's a really high
damn
tip.
son.
Close the shop and go find the wife.
Like it, as soon as you put down like the 1 gold, and I assume you do that right before leaving.
Yes.
Like as you and Francesca are walking out, he comes around to the table and lifts the cup you put
Oh, dear.
under. He's like, my goodness, and like you hear the door bang open as he rushes out, and he's trying to hand it back to you. He's like, my sir, I cannot take this much. This is
If I, sir, what you can do for me
Yes.
is turn the goodwill to the next person who needs it. For I'm going off to war, and I may not return. So I want to spread as much joy as I can while I'm still in country.
See?
Put my hand on the shoulder. I smile. Galen thinks in his head, that sounded real good.
He pockets the coin and,
And-
he looks at you and he says, "Bless you, sir. May Arthur and Luthea guide you in war."
I mean, even a silver
Thank
would
you.
probably be something people would sew into their clothes as an emergency fund.
And as,
So
as,
gold must
as
be amazing, right?
write down a point of inspiration. And as you're walking away, hey, I remembered to do it! Yay!
Yeah. Well, you technically only have one point of inspiration. I have inspiration. I am inspired.
You are inspired.
My antics got you inspiration, so there you go.
Kayla, why don't you go ahead and write down inspiration too if you don't have it?
Alright.
Okay, well, you have inspiration now.
Knowing Alan, he might have inspiration from like
No.
months ago. Yes.
I still have the one you gave me when we first started as
That's
a
the
new
way he
character.
rolls, he never needs it. You can use it. Actually, you can use it on initiative too.
Well, anyway, next time.
Anyways, as you're walking along, Francesca just looks at you and says, "That was extraordinarily kind of you, sir."
Well,
Do something to make you look good.
I mean, it's really not that much to me.
Mission accomplished.
It's when I was younger, money like that would have meant so much more. And now that I've earned quite a bit, doesn't seem as important.
It's quite the astute observation of you, Ian. You may yet go on to be nobility. After all.
Well, as you might have guessed, I'm basing my assumptions off nobility, off stories I've heard when I was younger, of knights and princesses and fighting dragons and other mighty deeds, but unfortunately I'm confronted every day that it's not quite the same.
She bats her eyelashes at you and says, "Yes, you did seem rather romantically minded."
Galen like
Roll me an inside check.
wipes his nose. Oh, I go good on that one. 21.
Finally! She seems to be insinuating something by that statement.
Well, you know,
My work here is done.
Yes.
I would really like, when this war is over, what do you plan on doing?
That is a very good question. I suppose I will. My original thought was to stay in the Crimson Territory and train under the Khan, Gillian. I remember her name. Gillian. She is the most renowned swordswoman of all of Outland.
Well, Galen suddenly blushes as he rubs his nose. Well, I would like you, if you would, I would like that post-war time, I would like you to spend that time with me, or me spend it with you, or something like that. Galen walks in a small circle and he's just and he looks around and he doesn't see anybody and he's just Francesca sees him mutter something in his face and and Galen's sorry, and he leans in to kiss her.
She allows you to kiss her.
Now she gets.
Galen is very awkward, but he does his best.
Yes, he does. And it's adorable. And
Scene.
Finally!
When you're ready, you're
And the entire studio audience is
Woo! After 3 seasons.
after 3 seasons. Yes.
It's a good thing it's sweep sweep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So the next few days are pretty uneventful of travel. You guys come to another river, and you pass over the river, and you've set up camp for the night.
Of course, every now and then Haley walked by, talking about Galen and Francesca sitting there.
Okay. Look, she's immature, but she's not that immature.
No, she'll just walk by and, and stop. Just, won't finish it. Just
No, she walks by like brushing her teeth like later that night. So you finally did it?
Did what?
Yeah, you finally did it. And she like walks off without actually elaborating on that.
Galen probably doesn't catch it because if it was later that night, it would be
that would have been like the next day.
our
Hello?
emergency.
I would probably be looking for the place to drop.
We'll be right back.
Or, excuse me? Oh, yes, no, we're here. I'll come outside and meet you real quick.
Alex. Austin.
We're, beside.
I think with our next spells, I should get his D-door.
The door. The door is a good spell.
Actually, if you wrote me a scroll of it, I could get it.
I could do that.
I could register for Misty Step.
I have that.
Everyone can use D-door. It's very useful.
Hmm?
Said everyone can use D-door. It's very useful.
I was considering Misty Stepping up if the Wyvern hadn't came down before my turn.
Yeah.
I was going to Misty Step up on its back.
Ride the
Ride it.
Wyvern.
I was going to ride the shit.
Can't get through your armor, damn it. Also, your whip would probably throw it off.
Nope. That's what I was figuring.
Crap.
Actually, 250 pounds when I made.
Came out of fucking nowhere.
Yep. No, I mean, the Pizza Hut down here, they have no idea about customer service.
No, they don't.
Completely freaking clueless.
We're not gonna hit level 9 for a while. The only real spell I could think about needing is Dimension Door, really.
Greater Invis is always good too.
I could just copy that one down.
I have that spell too.
I'd like to get variations in spells so that we have more to share between each other. You know? But Dimension Door is a must-have.
How many healing potions are you currently holding?
I think I'm carrying any.
Why don't you take 2? Are you holding any?
I think I have 4.
Well, you've already got 4, then why don't you take 4? So,
Okay.
alright, that way in case you get trapped or whatnot, you don't have to burn spells to heal yourself.
Maybe I should get Stone Shave.
I mean, yeah, I put every freaking light in the house on. Yeah, we're supposed to get breadsticks. I forgot to mention that to
I
you.
didn't know that we were getting breadsticks.
Yeah, that was part of the deal, the $19.99. But the way they were pricing the pizzas, it was still the best deal of the. What is this?
It's plates,
Plates and whatnot. Okay.
Bucci's, and
Yeah. I figured the Bucci's would be good with the breadsticks.
Gee.
Do we have any forks to make out of?
I
I think there's some in the
Not
kitchen.
here.
have some at home, but I forgot to bring them.
Well, that doesn't exactly help us right now, does it?
I There are some in the kitchen though.
I know.
Push 'em.
We had the same problem earlier. Austin went to reach for a fork, which wasn't included in his salad bag for some reason.
That was-
That's weird. I said that chicken looks delicious. To be honest.
Well, yeah, you got the best one, second choice wise. That's the one I actually get when I do get it.
Oh, you know what I should get? Knock.
3 times on the door and watch it blow open. Got 3 crushed red peppers and a shitload of grated cheese. Are you from that?
I think for this character, I'm going to try and research Hermes and also look into making a familiar pouch of some kind that would also work on mounts from a paladin.
Large pizza. Ooh, one large talking about it.
I think that's on mine only though.
Hmm?
I don't think that's call-in things.
Okay, so it turns out there's only the one fork.
That's because I brought it over from the other building and used it. I just washed it just now, so you can use it. It is clean, as clean as it's gonna get.
Sure.
You know how they are. I'm picky.
You could shake it up.
Probably
and
also
get it
gonna
all
have some
over.
more breadsticks.
Wait, shake it, or-
Galen has achieved all his life goals. Now he's going to die in the war.
Life goals achieved.
No, he's-
Bucket list. Done.
Yeah, so since Galen has nothing else to strive for besides being the strongest warrior there ever was, he's gonna die in the war now.
Strive to be your
No one
husband.
ever was.
I'll go
Huh?
gaming.
Strive to be her
Like no one
husband.
ever was.
Like no one ever was. Like no.
Strive to be Captain Planet. Why not? Save. Oh, by the way, did you see that Captain Planet episode at OKKO?
I mean, you want, are you just gonna take the bowl thing, right?
They got the
These
guy
are fucking good.
that did Captain Planet to do Captain Planet.
Yeah, they did. It was great.
Is yours.
When the rest of the Planeteers left to get real jobs.
This does smell really good.
You want breadsticks?
That was interesting. When I made Galen, I didn't think I would try to be like follow like a whole nobility plot line with a dumbass warrior and romance.
Yeah.
Austin.
Galen realizes what?
Breadstick?
Breed stick.
What kind of pizza?
Brad stick.
This is your. Drop your chicken.
That's a stick of bread if I ever ate one.
These are good.
Yeah, there's no. Oh, there is.
The sauce, yeah, he's got that. Toby's ordered
Do
the
we
sauce.
have like extra sauce in the fridge?
We might.
It's probably cold.
Oh wait, no, I know what that is.
They're so good.
I know what that smell is. As soon as we ran the water, the pipes are dirty, so we gotta clean them out.
Oh.
Gonna blow the pipes out.
Oh, I don't know. There's instructions on the internet how to fix it. If when you run the water, it smells funny.
You just gotta blow them out. They just haven't been used in a while. They've got some.
Well, there's-
Stowed up.
How am I supposed to get over there?
I think you
It's
have
like
to-
a maze.
Get
Yeah.
over where? We're amazed that you figured it out. Oh. What we didn't bring was napkins for the.
There are napkins over there.
There's napkins right here.
Oh, no, those are tissues. Oh, wait, no, the napkins right here. They're-
Hold on, let me put this down.
We got napkins right here, Austin.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
All right, you need napkins
Unless it
out?
wasn't one of the cameras.
Oh yeah.
It's like the one thing that's most in the way. The cameras have a long enough cord and they're sitting on the floor.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know, I have a wireless keyboard. I don't think the thing is. I think I'm missing a plug-in for it. And I'll get real confused. So, like I said, now Galen's just got to survive till the end of the campaign.
Here's helping.
You need Coke.
Am I
Cracker Barrel.
The ranch might be better, but
Galen realizes in the back of his head he might not be able to become mobility
do what?
if he gets hooked up with Francesca. He's
Why?
mobility of a different country.
Become nobility first.
Anyway, can you pass me another?
Guess what?
Napkin,
me.
please.
Reach in front of you or keep on.
It's right behind you. Right behind
Feel free to eat while we are.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Okay. So, you guys have passed over another river. 2 days later. Yeah. That's so good.
Don't get all the Parmesan, you like it?
Yeah. It's just not as good as the honey barbecue.
I think they're really good, to be honest.
There's just so much garlic to me, not enough cheese.
Could have some heart right?
What?
And go get some of the packets of the Parmesan we got over there. There's like a ton of them, isn't there?
Yeah, I got a bunch of powdered Parmesan.
That's fine. Also, I just don't think the flavor goes well with the breading on the chicken.
I like it.
It's like the flavors are fighting for my attention.
I want it. No, I want it.
To me, it's like having chicken parmesan without the hot dog. Hey, Ashton, while you're up, can you do me a favor and get that Milo's tea out of the fridge for me, please?
that.
Thank you.
I can't stand that stuff for some reason.
What?
Milo's tea.
I like it.
Oh, yeah.
I just never get it. I just like, it's like I can go home and get tea, you know what I mean? I'll just bring some to work if I want tea.
I can't while I'm at work, so.
You can't bring food from home?
I mean, I can.
He just doesn't have time to drive on
That's a new priority.
What?
Cleaning out those pipes, that smells awful.
Yeah, it does. That's why I closed the door.
Smells
Just
worse.
said Milo's and Golden Beats. They're different.
I'm sorry, I should have specified it was in the orange container.
Okay.
Thank you, though. Sorry about that.
It actually is a huge taste difference.
Well, it's just.
I wouldn't know. I only drink homemade sweet tea. Can you please open this, please?
Sure. I drink homemade sweet tea too.
I bought it and brought it with me. 'Cause
I put too much sugar in it, but I like it.
Okay. So, you guys have set up. The army, the column has set up camp. Oh my god. Thank you. The column has set up camp on the other side of the river.
It was nice watching your eyes get out there when you were sure I was releasing.
Those are really good.
I'm taking this, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
We're sponsored by Jack F. Witcher.
But not Pizza Hut, because fuck Pizza Hut.
I like these.
Suck.
Actually, no, we love Pizza Hut. Please sponsor us.
Hashtag non-spun, hashtag
Okay.
could be
The
spun.
pizza in Bremen sucks. Well, customer service anyway.
Actually,
It's pretty good.
we're really looking for that Subway sponsorship.
I have another thing to say. Can't relate with you.
Introducing one.
I'm not getting that whole conflict of taste thing that he's talking about.
I think they go well. Like I said, it's kind of like having chicken parmesan without
His mind wanted something different, so he said
That's another thing.
It doesn't want to switch over.
It's overcompensating.
Yeah, you already were looking so forward to something else and like having to take something else that you didn't even.
Because yeah, I hate that when I go somewhere and they're out of something. It's like, really? You've got 15 different things on your menu and you're out of this?
Or the one
Well, of course, they're out of it. It's the best flavor.
There are 5 different flavors and that's it. How can you be out of one?
Can you wipe down the, can someone wipe down that little
Yeah.
juice on there? Okay. So it's a pretty quiet night. Everything's winding down. You guys just starting to go to sleep. You guys don't have to worry about watches while you're in the columns because underlings do that.
If you think you can.
Maybe Crystal Pepsi sponsorship.
No, it's an energy drink. Energy gamers. It's a fit.
I think they require us to have a bigger
Would you like
viewer
to try one,
base.
Austin? Would you like to try one, Austin?
Probably. But I can find out what that would be.
No one will want to sponsor us besides Jack and Butcher with 3 viewers.
Probably
Yeah.
1,000 to.
Tell your friends, tell your neighbors.
Yeah. Tell all.
They don't even have to watch, just turn it on. and
Even
walk away.
even though those 2 other people that are already watching are your friends.
You know, it is funny. Back when we first started this, I actually did get an offer for to do a sponsorship video for basically it's Loot Crate, but it's D&D kind of stuff. I forget what it's called. And they sent me an email about it. I replied, and they never replied back.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You weren't involved, so you wouldn't have been involved.
But
Okay.
This is the first I'm telling you about it because they never
when we're
responded.
offline, everyone want to talk to you guys about something.
Okay. So anyway, these are all haven't gone to sleep by now. Not late. It's hard.
Yeah, it is.
Again, what was the name of your ship's captain again? That you served on for the longest time?
Southern.
That's right.
It's named after a Piston Rock Starcard.
The great Kuma in the sky.
Yeah, sometime it would be. So,
When the bear shows up, all hell breaks loose.
I'm gonna tear this around. Could you, just so I don't have to go through the cake with him, could you give me another slice of the pizza or pepperoni and chicken? Oh, sure. Just one slice, if you please. Okay. You actually start to dream of him. You dream you are back on the vessel you served. Wow, like, really?
It is one slice.
That is
One
one
slice.
slice. Holy shit.
You didn't specify
That's like
size.
almost a quarter of the fucking pizza.
It's enough to be like 2 to 3
Would
slices.
you like a normal slicer?
Kinda.
I
Kinda.
just had to.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny though.
You never specified size of slice, I'm sorry.
A regular sized slice, please.
Well, and I see that's it. There's large, medium, and small on these slices. It's like,
Yeah, that's pretty poor cutting right there.
Yeah.
I have to admit.
Can I get another piece of bread?
That is perfectly fine, thank you. Okay, so you dream you are standing on the bow of that vessel again, and it is in the middle of the night, and the nighttime seas are calm and churning.
did your lady come on the vessel with us? Or did she stay on land?
Oh, she's going out.
Yeah, Francesca's going out.
Oh, for romantic on the bow of the ship, right?
No, Francesca's going on a different boat. But she's going back to her homeland.
I think it would be. Well, I'm over that, but I think it would probably be that. But
What do you mean?
if we were together,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
The laws of tragedy would not allow it.
Oh, yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
she's the trained by the greatest swordsman in the world, and I have confidence in her.
Oh, the laws of tragedy won't allow you two to sail together without one of you being dead.
That's in my first Jedi, Dark. The woman of his dreams.
You don't have.
Oh, yeah.
That's a long story, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
It's a long story.
No, it's not long.
Okay, so
But I ain't going there, because we're not playing.
in your dream, you were on the vessel that you served under Captain Souther with for the longest time. And you've just come up from the below deck area to see him leaning over the bow. He's not at the helm, where he is normally steering the ship. He's just leaning over the front end of the boat. The railing arm, I mean. Staring over the starry night sky and the starry reflected seas. And at night, the seas have grown calm, but ultimately still churned with the constant sound of ocean waves.
Yes.
Well, I think it's odd, so I will look to see if one of the first mates were up there, riding the back, steering.
Mm-hmm. When you look toward the aft end of the boat, there is someone else steering at the helm.
Someone younger.
Hi, everybody.
Long flowing
I know a
silky
few
hair.
boat turns. I'm showing off right now.
He knows more than me, actually.
The only problem I have is remembering which one is port and which one is starboard.
Port is right. No, starboard's right. Port's left.
Galen thinks to himself
I could
that
be wrong on
he still can't tell the brothers apart. Is it Holland or Newland? Whatever. And he goes toward the captain.
It's Doodle.
The first mate, one of the first mates was driving the ship. Their names are Holland and Newland.
Oh. I get it.
Not in this story. Not in this.
So you said you go toward the captain?
Yeah.
Tis I, Captain Sir Noodle.
As you approach, you can see and tell now that you couldn't see his hands at first because of the way he was leaning over the bow. It's the bow or the prow? Anyways,
No, front, back.
I thought the back was the aft. The aft end.
I think that's more of a
The
general
prow
term.
is the front, the bow, or no, sorry, the bow is the front, the prow is the.
That's
stick that
right,
sticks
that's
out,
right.
yeah.
Okay. So he's leaning over the railing of the bow. And you couldn't see his hands at first, but now that you approach, you can see that kind of like draped in one hand, kind of loosely, is a half-drained bottle of wine.
Drinking again? Drinking again, Captain. Need help back to your room?
No, Galen. I'm fine.
Well, still a long way back to shore. Best keep your energy up. No telling when the sea could get rough.
Galen, you've learned well. But let me ask you something, Galen. How long are you going to stay on this deck, taking orders from me?
Well, I think I'm about how long has it been? About 6-7 years. I joined you when I was about 13. I'm about 19 now, or am I 18?
I don't remember.
Well, we don't really celebrate birthdays, so I guess I'll say I'm 18. I've never. Well, after I left when I was 12, I've only seen my parents once or twice. I hadn't really thought about it, so this is just basically what I've known.
He kind of like nods in more or less confirmation of what you're saying is being more or less true. His listless eyes just kind of glazing over the horizon, lit by the moon, and very much like a pulls the cork again. Listen, lad. I took you on board because the horse trot name used to mean something.
I did hear, really, my parents did mention one or two things, but from what I understand, that's far in the past.
Yeah, I suppose it is. But I think it's high time you moved on and forged your own path, boy. You can't exactly go back to Narcane. And that's why when they make for the mainland of Cassidus, kind of looks at you up and down with his glazed over, bloodshot eyes. I want you, I'm serious now, I want you to go out there, and I want you to make something of yourself.
You're out of the game, Galen. Get off the boat.
Galen saddles up next to him and looks out at the horizon. You know, when you were a kid, when I was a kid, you taught me about the stars and how to navigate. I guess they work the same on land, don't they?
They do. It's just that instead of traveling by wind at your sails, you've got to dig your heels into a horse.
Well,
Do you get it, lad? You gotta make the horse trot.
yes,
Good.
yes, Captain. As always, you're very, very funny.
Oh, don't patronize me, boy.
He saddles a little farther away.
I'm serious now. You're a right good hand at that sword. Too good for a sailor. You need to go out there and become a warrior. With some sturdier feet under you. Oh,
I guess I could use my last paycheck to buy one and join a company.
alright. That you could. That you could. And a sort of bleariness comes over your eyes, and the imagery of this memory of you talking to Captain Suthers for one of the last times blurs and fades from your vision. And when you open your eyes again, you're in your bedroll, staring up at the night sky, illuminated by a quarter moon. And you think again back to his words. Is there a small slice by chance? Just a really small one? Could I?
Smallish.
Could I? Thank you.
That was honest.
That's that 7 or 8 years ago.
God, you're an old man.
Well, I was 18 in that dream, and now I'm like almost 30.
For the time period, he is an old man.
Yeah.
I had to kiss someone.
I guess
I guess he's lucky that at this age, disease hasn't knocked him out.
being in the Dogpack extended my lifespan. So I'm surrounded by powerful magic users.
He's special.
Yeah. He gets to be the specialist snowflake.
No, he's more special than like your average person. Because you guys are D&D characters, you're above average. That's pretty much how that works.
Fun fact, man's strength, if he keeps training, does not leave him until around the age of 49.
Wow.
He has a good diet.
Look at Chuck Norris. Look at Chuck Norris. Motherfucker's 74 years old and can still break boards.
Very good impression. So,
My gym teacher rides surfboards. 83.
as you're thinking about it,
One
the
of the top
memory
competitors in the country. In the
still
sport.
fresh in your mind.
It's been around.
Hmm?
Gym teacher that surfed competitively at
Okay.
83.
Am I older than Rex?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
I don't know how exactly how old I am. I'm probably I'm 26 to like 29, somewhere between there. Because I've lost track of time. Or Galen's 26 to 29.
I know who you meant.
We were hoping you weren't confused.
I am becoming my character. Anyway,
I hope I don't become
I
mine.
really don't want that to happen.
Probably because I play several of them.
Because I
Because
would
I'm-
become a micro, and that would just not be good.
No.
No.
the world would not survive.
Actually, no, I would probably become a target.
Oh yeah, the world would not survive that either.
Alright. Anyways. The memory is fading, but it's still pretty fresh in your mind. And about this time, you hear a strange noise. And when you look over to what you believe to be the direction, the source of this odd noise, a most peculiar sight strikes you. I say peculiar because I'm pretty sure you've never seen anything like this. Up on the ridge, betwixt the trees, overlooking your particular section of the campsite, you see a ghostly white stag with massive antlers, and hanging off of the antlers are brass chains that have patinaed into a tealish green over time, and hanging off the chains are chimes and bells.
What's Harry's Patronus doing here?
Shh. And it seems to be looking dead at you with its inky black eyes that match the darkness surrounding it. And that was the strange noise, the noise of chimes and bells echoing over the ridge.
Galen just kind of he sits up in his cot and he stares at it, and he slowly stands up.
Bless you.
He's afraid if he blinks or if he looks away, it's going to disappear. And he goes, "Am I still dreaming?" Pinches himself.
You pinch yourself and you feel it.
No.
How wise are you?
15.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You realize that you are not currently in a dream. If you were more intelligent, you might remember that some dreams can simulate feelings.
Probably not in the dream. But who would hang chimes on a...
Okay, Galen, real quick. I want you to give me a history check.
3. Who would hang chimes on an elk?
Something seems vaguely familiar about this, but you can't put your finger on it. And as you stare long and deep into this peculiar creature's eyes, it stares long and deep into yours. And after what feels like an eternity of a bizarre staring contest with this unknown entity, it turns the chains rattling, the chimes chiming, and the bells ringing, and disappears over the ridge. The slow, concentrated saunter.
Now Galen looks around.
Everyone else around you is asleep, and walking by after a little while is one of the younger recruits who's been sentenced to guard duty.
Recruit, come here.
Aye, what is it, sir?
Did you see a big elk with chains hanging off of its antlers?
Aren't elk more a northern creature?
I suppose, but I believe there's a poor thing out there, and I believe someone hung some chains from its elk antlers. If you see it, report to me.
I'll see what I can see, sir. I haven't heard chains rattling in it.
Galen rubs his hair and looks
Are you,
down and says, "You know what? Never mind. It's nothing. Back to where as you were."
If you're certain, sir. Thank you, sir. He gives you a half-hearted salute and goes back on his way on patrol around the camps.
Galen tries to go to sleep and fails. Eventually he does, but it takes a while.
Okay, so after about another hour, I want you to give me another history check.
It's a 19, so 18.
Okay, so as you wrapped back up in your cot, and you're gotten warm, and you feel your eyelids getting heavy, and you're just about ready to drift back to sleep finally, a thought enters your brain. Deep down in the catacombs where you found the tomb of Yarman, the first king, when traveling with Spectra through the halls alone with her, you recall very briefly, intensely briefly, out of the corner of your eye, thinking you had seen the skeleton of a stag. That is the first thing that comes to mind.
I guess with that thought, Galen falls asleep.
Sure. If you're not going to do anything else.
It's the middle of the night.
Alright. You go back to sleep.
Skeleton.
A skeleton.
What does that mean?
Hey Galen, give me one more history check real quick.
Why would there be a deer down here, though?
That's a 3.
3.
So it's a skeleton that someone hung shines from their antlers. That's real weird.
The bigger question is, why would there be a skeleton of a deer in a catacombs?
The thing that you saw tonight was definitely not a skeleton stag.
Stag.
It was a skeleton.
It was not a skeleton. It appeared to be, by all rights, just a normal deer, except it glowed white and had a bunch of brass chimes and chains and bells hanging off its antlers for some reason.
The final evolution of stag.
Galen's
Stuff
laying
being a normal
asleep
deer.
and he's thinking out loud. Stag. The Goldfields Stag's Bluff.
He's putting 2 and 2 together, you guys. He's doing it. so
Was
proud of
that?
The mythical white deal of Stag's blood.
That had something to do. That was important. Something to do with the country. Something to do with the myth, the legends.
The mythical white
What's
deal of
legends?
Revelation.
That history check you don't remember.
Okay. Guy wakes up after like an hour or two. Looks around. I have to ask somebody.
You don't see any ghostly white deer, that's for sure. But it's, when you look up, judging by where the quarter moon had now lies in the sky, it has been, you dozed off for about an hour and a half, maybe. It is still fairly late at night, though. What do you do?
Galen's gonna wander around looking for someone important that he can ask. He doesn't think about. He has no exact destination in mind, as he's still deep in thought, trying to piece two and two together, turning the problem over and over in his head. He's walking around without shoes and shirt, so that's not like the best policy, but.
So, after a little while of aimlessly ambling about the camp, a familiar voice calls to you. And when you turn and look, it's Captain Rex himself. Or,
Commander!
yes, Gabe.
Um,
One of the patrolmen said that you thought you saw something and that you seemed rather terrified.
Rex, Commander, sorry. Commander, could you please help me puzzle something out?
I'll see what I can do. What is it you said?
So, the animal of the Golden Fields was a stag, correct?
Well, technically, the Golden Field sigil is a golden sunburst on a green field. But, yes, there are various legends about the city of Stag's Bluff where they have set up the capital.
And what does the legend say about the stag that they found?
The legends say that there was a white stag.
White stag. Was there any other details about this stag?
I'm not too read up on it myself, but if I remember correctly, the story said something about the stag bringing with it a sort of din and clamor on the howling winds when it arrived. Sort of like metal clamor.
Commander, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I think I saw that stag.
You think you've seen the ghostly white stag of Stag's Bluff?
Yes, I was having a dream about my past. And when I woke up, I believed I was still dreaming, and I saw off in the distance a ghostly light white figure. And it was a stag, and hanging from its antlers were chains with chimes on the end. And it stared at me. And I thought I was dreaming. But I pinched myself, and I wasn't. And it left. And as I was standing there, dumbstruck, that's when that guard came along, and I asked.
It does strike me as rather odd, considering how far away from Stag's Bluff we are.
Is it some sort of omen?
Well, in the old old stories, they would say that the white stag appeared to signify the coming of either a blessing or a curse.
Oh no, it's an absol.
A blessing or a curse. Well, I'm glad I talked to you.
Souls
It
came
would,
to foretell great disaster.
if anyone in this camp would know,
Keep it one or the other.
I imagine it would be you.
Appreciate you asking me and trusting me with this, Galen. At any rate, it is quite late. I think perhaps you should go to sleep.
Again, looks down at himself and crosses his arms and looks down and realizes he's been wandering around without clothes and crosses his arms. Commander, idle curiosity before I leave. Since I was thinking about it,
Yes.
I grew up on a ship. Where did you grow up, Commander?
I grew up here in Hilo.
Were you born there?
In the Kingdom of Hilo? It's a big kingdom.
No, I mean, what was your hometown, sir? Not many people leave their hometown once they're born. Surely you weren't a traveler until you become a mercenary. And actually, I thought you grew up in Stag's Bluff.
Yes, I did grow up in Stag's Bluff.
Oh, well, that's why I figured you'd know about the legends.
Well, you were right to assume that much. Come now, Galen. It is quite late. I'm tired. You're very tired. Let's retire.
Galen gives a salute and goes, Commander, sorry for bothering you.
It's perfectly all right, Galen. Good night. Give me a history check with advantage. I should not have had that last lesson.
10.
From what you remember about what you've been told about Rex's story, you recall that he was apparently an orphan in Stag's Bluff. But at the moment, it's all you can really recall.
Sleep on it.
We'll sleep on it.
Galen will sleep on this.
Let me sleep on. Sorry.
Alright. And let's see. I think that might be as good a place as any to go ahead and cut off for the night. Not really much else that I have planned. Okay. Are we all okay with that?
I'm fine. Sure.
Okay. So in that case, I'll go ahead and do the XPs.
Expins.
The only other thing was I had one more fight maybe, but we definitely don't have time for that. Gotcha.
Austin,
Mhm.
did you find out XP Monday? I just didn't catch it.
No,
No, he didn't.
because you were in the middle of the arena fight.
Hmm?
On Monday.
Monday.
Oh, Monday. No.
I didn't think so, but I wanted to make sure.
Kind of just left in a hurry.
I mean, I knew we didn't last Wednesday because I figured we were in the middle of the arena, so.
Yeah.
Would completing the arena technically count as quest XP?
Can you request XP when you deserve it.
I'm just asking.
because I didn't know how that would count. And
Does
then
Galen get Quest XP for kissing Francesca finally?
double XP on do it.
A little bit, yes. So you're 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, everyone gets 2,875 XP.
2875.
2,875. Did not have a specific thing that I was going to take that in, but
Next time, we finally get on the high seas.
you didn't quite take the bait quite like I expected. I didn't want
For that? You thought I was going to chase after him?
Thought you'd wake somebody up to get help.
I don't know. I didn't know what you were going to do. I just wanted to see what would happen.
I don't
Well,
know.
Galen was highly confused and thought he was still dreaming.
I would have chased after it because why not?
Well,
Galen's not like super
I would
bloodthirsty.
have worked Tor up to mark the bitch, and we could look for it tomorrow.
No, not. I didn't want to kill it. I just wanted to
Does
observe
Hunter's Mark
it.
last that long?
24 hours.
Wow.
Why would I hunt something that's obviously a mythical beast of some kind? I want to learn about its habits and other things.
2,850?
2,875.
Plus, you never know. It could have been attacked by some random beast in the middle of the night. One who, say, preys upon it.
That way, I say.
Where would you get such an idea as that?
I don't know.
What are you trying to suggest there, Alan?
No, I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
have an eraser because I left my eraser.
I left my eraser. I left San Francisco.
It's not like I'm recalling something that happened from the last time you
That
tried this.
doesn't change.
From my previous attempt at a D&D campaign?
This is not like I'm doing that again. At all.
Well, I didn't play in your previous entity campaign. Sorry I didn't do what you thought I would do.
No.
You could have given me a prompt
No,
or
it's
something. But you're like, it stares at you. I stare at it.
Secret staring contest.
You stare into the abyss stares back.
It nods at you and then gives you a thumbs
Well, like
up.
I said, I didn't really know what you were going to do.
It gives you a thumbs up as it turns and walks away.
You don't know where it got that thumb from, considering it's got little, like...
Okay. Do I increase a stat or do I take a feat?
What level are you at?
8.
Caught
Very
up
good
to
choice.
us.
Very good.
As your
Hey, you know what?
charisma maxed out.
I already have an
Nope.
idea for you.
My charisma is
You
not
don't
maxed out.
need to increase a stat, because your stat block is already freaking insane.
But my charisma is not maxed out.
You don't need it.
Sure, why
You
not?
made your save tonight against the charisma, so. Of course, you rolled a 20, so you're going to make it anyway. But yeah, the point.
The fact that you were able to do it bothers him.
But yeah,
There's
I think
only-
your stat block is fine.
There's only one class in the game that can make their saving throws impossible to make if you don't have bonuses.
Fighter.
Nope.
What is it?
Warlock. And that's if they get the pack, the rod of the pack keeper. And they can, if they get at least a +2, they can raise their save over 20 and make it impossible to pass the save because there's no rule of passing saving throws in D&D on a natural 20. True.
It's pretty ridiculous.
But only if they have that item.
You know, I could get alert to go with observant and just really piss you off.
Never be surprised by that +5 to initiative.
I can never be surprised. I can never.
That just sounds so wonderful.
Resilient or sentinel.
I thought you were gonna get skilled.
That is an option.
That would actually help me more, probably.
So that way you
Would
can
you
actually...
choose-
Inspiring leader would work.
Would you choose actual skills or would you get tools?
No, you choose skills.
I mean, you can get any combination. Of
Holy shit!
What?
Inspiring leader.
Oh yeah, that's
Give us everybody a rousing speech before combat.
Temp HP plus your level.
My
plus
level
your charisma.
plus charisma. So it'd be
Pretty solid.
12 hit points walking into battle for everybody.
It's pretty
12
solid.
buffer.
I won't lie.
Hmm?
Galen would really like to raise his bad stats, but Austin's never going to do that.
What's the one that'll give you 1 wisdom and do something else? I know there's one because each one of them has something that adds 1.
Resilient, observant, and I think that's about it actually.
Well, at any rate, I hope I have kept this moderately entertaining.
Sorry, I stole the spotlight, guys.
That's fine.
Sorry I put so much spotlight on him.
And I've already got observant, but I could take resilient.
Not
Have you already
entirely.
taken it?
No,
No? You have an odd stat?
I do.
What?
Wisdom.
You already have proficiency with that.
Hmm?
You already have saving
proficiency
throw
in wisdom
proficiency
saves,
with
I
wisdom.
do have wisdom saving throw, that is correct.
so you technically cannot do that.
You can put it dexterity, con.
Resilient on a paladin is kind of ridiculous, though,
It is.
because you already get your charisma bonus on all of your saves by now.
Yeah,
But
but you
my
can
charisma's
just
not
add
maxed
his
out.
extra bonus to everything.
Whereas if I max my charisma, then it's crazy.
Then his
Plus
save would
5
be
to all
like
your saves.
Yes.
God.
And everybody's saves.
As long as they stay close by.
Close to me, yes.
he even gets to add plus 5 to his own charisma save.
That's ridiculous. It's like having plus 10 on your charisma save.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's ridiculous.
Man, paladins are so good.
Yeah, they're S tier. You want to hear my tier list again?
I have been listening to you, and you're right. I'm not arguing. I'm just still marveling at how amazingly good they are.
Lore bards are really good too.
They start out. They're slow starters though. They don't start out like super strong.
Who, the paladins?
Yeah, they don't start out with a bang.
With what?
They don't start out with a bang. Like the first 5 levels
Oh,
are kind of
okay.
painful, but after you get like level 5 to pretty.
Yeah,
It's
like,
about the same with
only
monks,
having
too.
like 10, 15 points of lay on hands.
Okay, monks. A monk's like growth is like this. Like they get a little bit every level.
Okay.
There's no like exponential curve.
So if
Like
I
a
do-
fighter would be
if I
like.
do skilled, should I go my weak ones? That being history, religion, and
You wanna
nature.
make potions? No. Didn't you want alchemy
uh-huh.
or something?
Well, I've got herbalism. Yeah, I could do alchemy as one of them. But I could also do.
A fighter would be like first 5 levels are like this, and so I could tell like level 10 is like this, and at level 11 it does this,
I
and
could also do
then it's like this.
persuasion,
Until you get level 20, it's like this.
and intimidation.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought they had intimidation.
No, I mean I've got it +4, but it's not trained.
Oh, I thought you were trained at
Not
it.
a class skill. No.
it is class code, just take it.
Yeah, it is, but I didn't take it.
Persuasion would probably do you good.
That's what I'm saying. If I went persuasion, performance, or persuasion, yeah, because the 3 charisma ones.
You probably don't need performance. Do you plan on performing in anything?
Not really. I was trying to keep them as a set. And
You
then
roll your
Could
charisma
do
skills.
acrobatics.
A
or
plus
athletics.
tier, College of Lore Bard, Life Cleric, Light Domain Cleric, Arcana Domain Cleric, Circle of the Moon Druid, School of Abjuration Wizard, School of Divination Wizard, School of Illusions Wizard. Actually, I didn't put Paladins in A plus tier, they're only A tier.
You could get a.
A tier, College of Valor, Cleric, Tempest Domain, Cleric
Okay.
War Domain, Druid, Circle of the Land,
That
Fighter,
still
Battle
gives you,
Master, Fighter, Eldritch Knight,
proficiency
Paladin,
and
Oath of
extra skill,
Ancients,
and also
Paladin,
gives
Oath of
you a fine
Vengeance,
speed.
Wizard, School of
Oh, you mean
Conjuration,
the thing?
School,
Yeah.
School of Enchant. The rest of the Wizard schools, except for School of Transmutation, because that one sucks.
Yeah.
But they had one to my deck, which would make it 17, which would
And the Blade Singer.
anything.
Lead singer?
Yeah, and okay, B plus. Barbarian, Path of the Totem Warrior, Barbarian Battle Rager, Cleric Knowledge Domain, Cleric Trickery Domain,
Yeah, I really, it's not.
Fighter Champion, Monk, Way of the Open Hand, Monk, Way of the Long Death, Paladin, Oath of Devotion,
I don't think you do charge.
Rogue, Thief, Rogue, Swashbuckler, Rogue, Arcana Trickster, Sorcerer,
Duelist,
Draconic
maybe, but not
Bloodline,
dual
Sorcerer, Storm Sorcery,
Yeah,
Warlock,
I would have
the
to switch
Fiend,
to
Warlock, the
this
Great
weapon.
Old One, Wizard, Scroll Transmutation, B tier, Barbarian, Path of Berserker, Fighter, Purple Dragon Knights, Monk, Way of the Shadow, Monk, Way of the Sun Soul, Paladin, Oath of the Crown, Ranger, Hunter, Rogue, Assassin, Rogue Mastermind, Sorcerer, Wild Magic, Warlock, the Archfey, Warlock, the Undying, C tier, Monk, Way of the Four Elements, Ranger, Beastmaster.
Gotcha.
So those are two worst classes games. Don't play those. If you play any other one, yes.
The Beastmaster
Good.
and the what?
Take Grappler.
The Four Elements?
Way of the Four Elements sucks.
Yeah, the Four Elements is pretty bad.
Really.
I'm not even gonna
The Beast.
try at all.
Okay. Look at the two I
It
put
would
on
give
there.
me the ability to
Beastmaster
actually grab
and the
people,
Way of
toss
the
them
Four
around.
Elements.
They're pretty bad.
They're both bad,
If we had kobolds or no,
but they're not as bad. Is bad in 3.5.
Yeah.
And bad, it went lower
Actually,
than
we
C
do have
tier.
no, but he's not a barbarian.
Previous editions.
If he was a barbarian, I would
There's
take
two of them that add to your freaking
This
intelligence.
game's pretty balanced. There's no S tier. There's A plus tier.
It's linguist, keen mind.
But there's no S tier.
resilient.
Yeah, that's
There's
what
no
I'm
God
saying.
tier.
Two that do just intelligence.
Yeah.
No God
I think
tier.
there would be at least a second one that does. There's not. Mounted combatants,
Yeah.
interesting.
Anyway, hope everyone enjoyed.
It was good. I
Yeah.
liked it.
I had a fun.
Keen mind is always good.
In due time, I'm
Well, I mean,
going to pick up the pace a little bit and make things a bit more exciting next time.
Well, this
hopefully.
is between seasons. This is filler. Or this is exposition
This
before
is-
you go to the war arc.
This is
Yeah.
the beginning of the season or
Yeah.
the ending of the season.
Where you this is the exposition.
Exactly. It's Eric, Armin, and the sis Mikasa hanging out in the city talking about how cool everything is, right? That's what it is.
Sure.
Hey, man. Hey.
I don't get the reference. It's Attack on Before you leave, I have to show you a video about Attack on Titan. It's the funniest video.
Good old
Okay.
Attack on Titties.
All right.
Did you watch the abridged series?
No, it's not the abridged. Well, it's not the abridged series.
Gonna go eat your puddle.
I'm so disappointed they couldn't do more of that because that was a really good episode that they did.
This one
What's that?
in 9 minutes. This is like the truest thing about Attack on Titan ever.
Well, we should play it right now. Are we still?
Yeah, we're still live.
We should.
You should not. You should not.
There is no music, but whatever.
But also, no.
No.
So why are we still streaming?
Why are we still
Because. Shut up.
Here,
People-
I got it.
streaming? Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks,
What
guys.
if people just want to watch us be normal people?
That's boring. That's what that's what the gaming streams are for.
What we should do?
People wanted to see
You know.
They
I
want
had a
to see us
revolutionary
watching
thought.
D&D,
We just all bring Game Boy and we stream ourselves, and people watch us play Game Boy but can't see what we're doing.
Exactly.
We sit around a table and we talk about what we're doing.
That sounds like some Archua bullshit.
Yeah, it does. Bye, guys.
Bye, Artsy.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I think
Bye.